Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch the Movie. I am Mike.
I'm Jay.
And we're here to party with your mom.
Yeah, that bitch owes me $5. I mean,
and
she's cool.
And your brother. What? Whoa, how the hell are you guys? I'm freezing my titties off.
It's quite, well, yeah. It's like nice weather here. I think it's like, well, it's probably like 60 something degrees now, but the wind is colder than a witch's tit in a brass bra kind of situations.
Yeah, we're in that weird part of spring where you leave your air conditioner on and then all of a sudden you're like, what the fuck? Oh, God.
Yeah, and then you get your bill for the next month. You're like, kids, start leaving the windows open. I don't give a shit how hot it is in there.
Yeah, dude, I've never become that. I've become that dad yet. The one that's like, I felt the thermostat change. I just get butt fucked by my bill every month.
Yeah, Dad was always, he just didn't, if we had a window open or because we or smoked or whatever, we had a window open, he'd be like, God damn it, you're air conditioning the outside. Which would piss you off, though, because the fact is the air conditioner is going to kick on more constantly if the window's open.
Yeah, it's like, what are you trying to cool the whole neighborhood, son?
Yeah. It's like everybody outside's Dad always acted like people outside were like fucking Eskimos by then. I was like, Dad, it's not that bad. It's not cooling the outside that bad.
Yeah. Oh, God. We're just like, we don't live in a time like in the 80s. I'm pretty sure it was like, everybody was like, turn off all the lights. If you don't turn off all the lights, the bill will go up. I'm like, I think we learned that like leaving a light on does not actually do anything to your fucking bill. Or is that wrong? Does it still matter?
I don't know.
Maybe we're just a wasteful generation, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's the way we were raised. By the way, did you guys? I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but that whole thing going on with Motley Crue. Did you read up on that shit?
I have no idea what happened.
Well, you know who Mick Mars is, right?
No.
The lead guitarist for Motley Crue.
Okay.
The one that he's got like the one that his spine's fused together now, like the really bad arthritis that he was diagnosed with when he was in his late 20s. They went over it in the movie Dirt. If you guys don't get a chance or know what I'm talking about, that Netflix's Dirt movie. Yeah, really good movie. Anyway, he's suing Motley Crue for like also like so the lawsuit is basically it's kind of strange, but it's messy. But essentially, what it is he said that Mick Mars says that he was retiring from touring because of his condition, but he wasn't retiring from music or leaving the band, that he could still do like residential tours if it was near where he lived and he could record music, but he just couldn't go on the road anymore. And he said the bandmates were forcing him out to resign because what they had said was in 2008, the Motley Crue band signed an agreement that basically stated that if any of the band members left or retired from the band, they would no longer be eligible to receive anything from the Motley Crue brand itself, and they weren't allowed to receive any money from the tours. So they were essentially no more money. And now he's claiming that he never said he was resigning or leaving the band. He just said, I can't do the tours anymore because I'm physically disabled. I can't stand on stage and do this shit. And then Motley Crue's lawyers are saying that, Mick Mars is being manipulated. This is elder abuse, that he doesn't know what he's saying because this is just a way for the lawyers and representatives of him to get money out of him. And then the lawyers, so it's a weird thing. The lawyers for Motley Crue said that Motley Crue did offer him a package deal for that when he left, or that he was going to retire. They were going to give him 7.5% of the gross of the tour, and that would be it. And they said that was a good amount of money. And then he was like, no, that's not. He said, I want 25% in perpetuity for the cut. Because what he's saying is that we're all equal. It's 25, 25, 25. And he said, that's bullshit. You're trying to force me out of the band because my condition, I can't do the tours, but I'm not quitting the band. And so, I mean, it's kind of a sad situation because those guys have been like that's like a 41-year-old group. But I mean, now it's getting nasty though, because Mick Mars has come out and said that he's like, they've been trying to force me out since 1987. He goes, he goes, and it's kind of, I can understand in a way Motley Crue's side. He's like, well, he shouldn't get any of the tour days if he's not doing the tour. I understand that. I get that. But if he's also giving up all the money for anything associated with the band and their music and all that stuff, that's fucked up. Like, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah. There's nothing more rock and roll than when you're suing your own band for elder abuse. I mean,
that's what, no, he's not
stop performing.
Well, that's what, the Motley Crue lawyer is saying that the lawyers representing Mick Mars should be charged with elder abuse. They're manipulating him in filing this lawsuit. And then it's getting nasty too, like I said, because Mick Mars now is going on record and saying that Vince Neil, Tommy Lee, and what the other guys, the Stevie Nicks, or Nikki Sixx, Nikki Sixx, they don't even, he said there's a lot of times that they pre-record their music and they're just standing on stage not doing jack shit. They're not playing their instruments and they're not singing.
He said that they're lip syncing?
Yeah, he said that they're pre-recording their songs. And then they came out later and they said, no, actually, we have independent contractors that will testify that it was Mars that's the one not playing because of his condition, and we just stay quiet. And then the lawyers from Mars were like, no, those are employees. Those aren't independent contractors. I don't know what to believe, but I mean, it's just sad to see these guys survived the 1980s. They survived Tommy Lee's huge dick. And they survived like literally witnessing Ozzy Osbourne snort piss and ants. And it's going to tear them apart. It's just crazy, man. 41 years. I don't know what's true or not. I don't know. I don't know them. But according to the lawyers for Mick Mars, he said those guys have been like, he's like, his body is physically, he can't do it. And he goes, he's been like pushed around in that band for so long. He goes, it's time to end it. I don't know how it's going to play out, because what I'm curious about what you guys think if you sign a contract or an amendment in a contract in 2008 that said basically if you retire from the band, you get no money at all ever again from the tour dates or the Motley Crue brand, meaning the music, the CD sales, nothing. But in that contract stipulates that if you just say I'm not touring anymore because of my illness, you'd be a fool not to have at least amended that part. Like, well, if I quit the band or if I leave the band because I'm like, what if I lost my fucking hands or my fingers fell off or I've got this disease where I can't stand? I shouldn't be like, forced into retirement and they got no money.
I think it's pretty simple. What they should do is just like all the new profits that he wasn't a part of, he doesn't get any of, and then but he still gets like the old stuff. Like if a CD,
that's the essential thing. Well, he's saying, but he's also saying in the tour date, he's still going to get, because they're going to use the name, he's owed in perpetuity 25%, which he's trying to display, to 4 band members, 25, 25, 25. And then that the fact that he didn't say he was quitting the band, therefore the 2008 contract shouldn't even be upheld. He just can't do the tour dates. Now, I think it's kind of like if you go to a job and you can't show up and work, you shouldn't get a paycheck. That is a situation. But if you're ill and you've got like this disease that he's got, I don't think they should take away. Yeah, I don't think they should take away his fucking money that the time he's put in the band, and he said he could still record music.
Yeah,
I mean, you just don't give him the tour money.
All I know is if they're rolling their crotchety old asses on stage just to lip sync, fucking stop. You have got to have had enough money.
Well, that's why that's allegedly. That. I'm not going to say that and get sued by fucking Motley Crue, even though that would be rock and roll. You got sued by Motley Crue.
Everybody's saying like, how the hell do you play drums not live? And it's he's got pillows in his drum set, so he's hitting them and they're just pillows.
Yeah, well, or he's just a really good. His arms are going up and down while like a hooker's like feeding him fucking cocaine off to the side. You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if that's. I mean, doesn't he have like? I think he still does it. Doesn't Tommy Lee the one that said he invented the idea of like raising the drum thing up and doing a solo, and that Travis Barker stole that from him, or somebody stole something.
Travis Barker does do it, but I mean, there's a bunch of people that do it now. But speaking of which, I'm very, very excited in my crotchal regions, because tonight at Coachella, which is an event I go to every year. Just kidding. But Blink's playing a surprise set at Coachella tonight. It's the first show that they've done live with Tom in like over 10 years. And the tour starts tonight and they're playing a surprise set and it's going to be streamed on fucking YouTube at like 9:30. So as soon as we get done here, I'm going and I'm clicking backwards and I'm going to watch that son of a bitch. And let me ask you guys this question, by the way. My wife thinks, she's like, why would you watch a show that you have tickets to? Because you're just going to ruin it for you, because you're going to see like, and my argument is, it's probably not the same set list that they're going to do on the tour.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother me at all. Every time I go see a concert like that, I'll still watch online first because it's about the experience. But comedy shows are weird because you watch a comedy special on Netflix and then you pay a fuck ton of money to go see them in person. And I'd be disappointed if I went to see like Dave Chappelle or something and they did the exact same thing I watched them do the stand-up for.
Well, it's weird because there's some comedians that'll say they mix it up, that they won't have the same set and they'll try to do different things every show. But then there are a lot of them comedians. I mean, because if they work on material all year, they're going to have their go-to set that they'll just do. Yeah, I would personally never watch a comedy special on like online and then go to see the same show the next week, because I'd be like worried. Different. Yeah, I mean the live atmosphere would be great. I mean, I get that, but I think a music show is totally different because you can have the pyrotechnics could be different. They could have a different mix up of how they play things. You could see titties all the time. Like it doesn't matter. They're just boobs.
And with Blink, the jokes are always different. So the jokes parts that would still be different. So I always watch shows like before I go see them on the old YouTube first. First super chitty chat of the night's from old Jaeger Bomb. He says, the no weapons, just bare knuckle brawl. Who do you put your money on, John Wick or Jason Bourne?
That's a loaded question there, Jaeger Bomb. It feels like we need a few Jaeger Bombs to answer that question. But I would say, just for my money, I would go with John Wick just on pure rawness. Jason Bourne's great. I mean, he's obviously like he's the equivalent of American James Bond, but I feel like what makes him work so well is that he also works within a system that's designed to help support him while he's out and about. Because I mean, didn't Jason Bourne have a lot of help? Like, didn't he have the chick from 10 Things I Had About You, like feeding him information at one point in one of the movies and like helping him get around? Yeah, so he had his own like he had his own like Moneypenny or Q or whatever. Not maybe Q, but he had his own like people helping him. John Wick was just on his own. He's the one that you sent in to kill the fucking Pokemon. Fucking nobody.
With the fucking.
I love the way that dude says that in the first one. It's like, that fucking nobody was John Wick.
Yeah. I'm putting this in the chat as a poll because that's a good question. Bare knuckles, no weapons. Who wins? John Wick. Should I put that in the wrong place? I'm actually I was thinking John Wick just because he seems to be so unkillable. Like he's almost superhuman when you look at what he goes through. Yeah. He seems almost unkillable. No spoilers, obviously, but like just the amount of stuff he can take. But watching them fight, John Wick gets his ass kicked quite a bit by people he fist fights. Like he wins a lot of those, but it takes something out of him. And he's been thrown around and fucked up a few times. Jason Bourne has too, but I don't know Jason Bourne with that fucking quick shit that he does.
Like, I think it really just comes down to intelligence too. I feel like John Wick can just go into a situation with very little prep time and do well. Yeah. I'm not saying that Jason Bourne can't do that, but I'm just saying it feels like more like Jason Bourne needs that to do the maximum potential of damage.
Yeah, I'll say Jason Bourne just to make it interesting, but I could go either way. That's a good question, Jaeger.
I still think that Jason Bourne. I like Jason Bourne, but I just still think it's a pale comparison to James Bond because I've had those questions have always come up too about Daniel Craig, James Bond versus Jason Bourne. I think Daniel Craig whoops that ass and like go and has sex with Jason Bourne's wife afterwards.
Right. Only Daniel Craig's Bond though. I feel like any other Bond gets.
Yeah, if you're gonna go like Pierce Bronson, they're too smooth. They're not gonna have that rawness that they need.
Yeah. No, they get roughed up a bit, I feel like. Texas Toten says, you sexy hound dogs with your absolute units of beards making me sit over here in a puddle, boys. I need a Loomis review of Home Improvement right now.
All right. As a goddamn man, he's got a wife and 3 children who are pieces of shit, and they probably listen to Hanson. I don't like any of their attitudes. None of them have jobs. He goes and makes money at the studio. He's a terrible salesman for the Benson tools. He comes home, makes a fool of himself. He probably doesn't get laid because he has no confidence in himself. And his friend Al Borland is probably laying pipe to his wife. It's awful.
Wife is hot.
I don't like that show at all. It's buffoonery. It's buffoonery and sycophants. Don't like it.
Hey, can you do the Loomis? Oh,
I can't. What he does?
He goes.
I can't. That he does like it's. Tim Allen said that was he used to do that when he was a kid. It was like a monkey thing, like a monkey sound. He said he used to do it to crack his mom up when he was a kid.
Well, it worked out. He cracked the
I know.
bank.
Isn't it crazy?
Syed Assad Termazi says, hey, Mike and Jay, I hope you guys are having a great week. Thank you, sir. We are. I am. I don't know actually, JS. I just spoke
good times. Good times.
I wanted to ask if you could make a sequel to the Batman. What direction would you like to go? What villain would you incorporate? Thanks, guys.
Oh,
hey, thanks. Very polite.
Hey, man, that's awesome of you. A sequel to the Batman. I mean, I talking about like a villain. The first thing I wouldn't do, the first thing I would never do, and I think that I hope they don't go this direction, is that they're going the Joker angle. I feel like you need to give Joker a rest. I think that they've overdone Joker in a lot of the Batman movie. There's so many awesome villains in the Rogues Gallery for Batman to face off against, and really interesting characters that have never actually been fleshed out correctly. I think one of the best one is Victor Freeze. I think that Victor Freeze is a really unique villain, whereas the fact that you could feel sorry for him and empathize with him in a way that you really can't in a lot of the other Batman villains. Like he's just a guy trying to save his wife, and he's going to any extreme that he can do it. So he morally, yes, he pushes the boundary, but I think everybody can relate to why he's doing it. I would actually do something like that, but Colin Farrell did such a great job with the Penguin. You want to see where that one goes too.
Yeah. That's tough. See, I agree with you. Like, I don't want Joker again. Like, we're done with Joker. Like, not done, but like, come on, give it a rest, But like, I don't know, man. Like, I hear Clayface may be involved in this one, which is pretty cool. I would like to see another Victor Zsasz, a Black Mask. I really liked what they did with Birds of Prey and Ewan McGregor a whole lot, but I would like to see Black Mask. I'd like to see. I still don't feel like Two-Face has ever been done justice. As you guys know, I really don't like Aaron Eckhart's portrayal of Two-Face. I never have. So those are kind of silly, but I agree with you. I just don't want to steal yours because I think Freeze is the answer. I think
no, you can share it, man. We don't say steal around here. We don't do that. I will say also Victor Freeman, Clayface is good. He's tragic as well. He's got a tragedy about him. He's more narcissistic, but you understand why he is. But he's got a great background story. Also, and I would cheat, and I would steal Ben Affleck's script that he was working on with Deathstroke.
Yeah.
And use that shit. That's what I would do. Get some grittiness up in your asshole. Give me some katana swords with Slade Wilson.
Yes, that's what I wanted, my biscuits. Mercurio80, what's up, man? You Superman motherfuck. He says, hey, Mike and Jay, did you guys hear the new Blink-182 song? What do you think? I hope you're not talking about a new song that I don't know about, because I predicted after finding out that Blink was playing tonight that their new song would be out today. And I checked my Spotify and it was not on there. So if a new song came out and I haven't heard it yet, I'm going to shit my pants.
Or jizz in your pants, whichever one comes first, or both at the same time. That's a magical thing.
A disgusting mixture no one wants. Those are two things you should not do at the same time.
By the way,
but if you're talking about edging, that is I love it. I think it's a great song.
I haven't heard any new Blink-182 songs since What's My Age Again.
The video's funny, man. It's old school Blink kind of. It's really good.
Well, Mikushia, I do like your profile pic. Really quick, I was thinking about this the other day, and where the fuck? Okay, so you look at this. Okay, you got the Arkham games, right, which are an amazing set of games. They're awesome.
Oh, listen, I got to get a drink.
Okay, Arkham games are fucking amazing. They're amazingly put together. They've got great voice work. They've got great atmosphere. Graphics are awesome. Spider-Man PS4 and PS5, the remastered version, it's fucking incredible. It's one of the best video games next to Arkham's I've ever played. And again, well acted, well voiced. They pay respects to the character, the environment, the whole thing is just really well done. Both those games, Arkham and Spider-Man PS4, are put together. Chef's kiss. Why the fuck in this day and age do we not have an awesome, amazing, super awesome Superman game? I mean, where the fuck is it? Okay, you're talking about three of the biggest comic icons of all time in Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man. If you were to ask any non-comic book fan at all, just a vanilla fan, they would know who Superman's secret identity was. They would know who Batman's secret identity was. Spider-Man, they would know this. But yet with all the technology and the advancement, you'd have the PlayStation 5, the Xbox One Series X, holy shit package, whatever the fuck it's called now. There's no Superman game. And you would think by now some company like Rocksteady or Insomniac or something would grab a hold of it and be working on it. But instead what you've got Spider-Man 2 coming out, which by the way is awesome. Really quick update on that. Spider-Man 2 is apparently, and they got pissed at him. Tony Todd is doing the voice for Venom in Spider-Man 2, which is amazing. Awesome. Tony Todd, fucking great choice. But he accidentally leaked when the game's coming out. Apparently it's coming out September of this year. He wasn't supposed to say that, and they got really fucking mad at him. They're like, Tony, take that shit down off your Twitter account. Like he tweeted it out. Anyhow, so that's awesome. So they're working on that. Meanwhile, Rocksteady, guess what? Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is no longer slated for this year. They pushed it back all the way till February of next year. They delayed that game almost a whole fucking year because the backlash on that gameplay was awful. They were like, oh shit, we got to go back and fix this. So they're not working on a Superman game. What company should step up and work on one, and why haven't they done it before? I've heard many excuses, but I think it's been shot down multiple times. They're like, well, Superman can do everything. He can fly around the city in like 5 seconds. He's got superpowers that are beyond belief. He's invulnerable, technically. You would have to have a city map the size of the solar system for him to appropriately explore his powers. I don't think that's true at all. I just feel like it's laziness. I feel like you can really make a good Superman game if they really tried.
Yeah, the only thing you got is Injustice, and that doesn't even count at all. But like, it's the closest thing there is, other than like the Nintendo 64 one, was it, where you have to like fly
that was the worst
rings,
one.
like,
Yeah, that was
the entire goddamn game.
All you did was fly through fucking rings.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I agree, man. Superman, but also horror properties. Like, thank God for Gun Media doing Texas Chainsaw and Jason. But like, where the fuck is a Halloween first-person game? Where the fuck is a Scream game? Would be fun too. Like dude, imagine a Scream game where the killer calls you and it's like Roger Jackson's voice, and you have to answer horror trivia or you die. Like, that's pretty fun.
Oh, like in the game.
Sorry. Yeah, that's the wrong answer.
I'd be all right with that.
That'd be pretty fun.
I'd be fine opening up I think there's pathways
RPG.
for. I think I think there's pathways. Well, they just actually announced a new Aliens game coming out, and it looked pretty sick. It looked pretty dope, actually. I might get that, but there's pathways to horror games. I don't know how any company would be shying away. I guess it's just the pressure. They have to make a Superman game that's going to match up to something like Arkham and Spider-Man PS4, and they're like, what if we don't? We're fucked. And there'll just be another long list of companies that tried to make a great Superman game and failed. Because, I mean, really, they all have sucked. I mean, there's been mediocre or mid Superman games and then really shitty ones.
I think the answer, Jay, is they have no marbles.
Marbles.
Austin, thank you so much, buddy. Says, I just want to say I'm a monster fucking MIDI shucking son of a witch. A monster fucking MIDI shutty. So I think you're going to say I'm a monster fucking shitty sucking son of a. Okay, no, I don't know. Yeah, but yeah, good for
Austin,
you.
That what you just said there, it sounds like we're at an AA meeting and you just sit up introducing yourself and you were just like talking about the things that you really want people to understand about you. The first thing is like, tell us something about yourself. The first thing, I'm a monster ducking MIDI shucking son of a witch. And they're like, oh, okay. Now where are you from? It doesn't matter. I just told you what I am. I'm here for that. I'm like, okay.
I like to play.
My name's Jeff.
Michael Parton says, super hyped that RoboCop's getting a movie and series for Amazon Prime. I didn't know about
that. That's pretty cool, though. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. It's time. It's time, Steve.
They're also getting a video game. The video game's coming out, too.
That looked dope. That looked really fucking
well, I know that someone said it needs a little bit more polish. I did watch it. I mean, yeah, there was some nitpicky things about it, but the idea that you can play as Alex Murphy, aka RoboCop, with the first person view and have that cool ass the way it targets people, that's fucking badass, dude. That's awesome. But yeah, I didn't know about the TV series or anything like that. I thought they had kind of been done with it.
I just saw the headline for it today, so I don't know nothing about it. I'm sure they haven't done cast or anything like that, but it's got to be better than that reboot they did with Joel Kinnaman, where he's like, "I'm RoboCop, dog."
Yeah, dude.
Respect me.
They might as well cast fucking Marshall Mathers in that shit and be like, I am whatever robo thing you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I have this thing in my leg? I don't know. Yeah, I do. And I didn't even care that they made what was the girl's name? What's his partner's name? Lewis. I didn't even care they made Lewis a black dude from wherever. I didn't even care about that. I was like, why did you fucking cast that asshole as RoboCop? He's the least believable RoboCop I've ever seen. That guy would be fired off the force for insubordination within 6 weeks.
Yeah, I used to think he was a good actor too, until I watched that and Suicide Squad. And I was like, you know what? He sounds the same in every fucking movie. I'm just looking up right now, by the way. It says what's going on is new video game RoboCop Rogue City is coming later this year. RoboDoc is a comprehensive documentary coming to Screenbox this year. And Deadline reports today that RoboCop is one of the MGM franchises that Amazon is hungry to bring back to life. So TV stuff. Yeah. So that's basically all the news. But that's pretty dope, though.
The only TV series I've heard about is they're redoing Harry Potter, which is so fucking weird. I know it's gonna sell and I know it's gonna do well, but why? I just always wondered why. They already had that movie just feels like it came out last year. Deathly Hallows Part 2, and now they're doing a whole new Harry Potter thing on TV.
They got to squeeze that tip. That's Warner Brothers for you. They're going to squeeze that tip. I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? Skibig the Bump God, which might be my favorite name in all of YouTube, says.
He looks like that when he wakes up, too. That profile pic. That's exactly what a Skibank the Bump God looks like.
He just says, hey.
Hey.
It reminds me of Forgetting Sarah Marshall, where he's trying to sleep with girls to get over Sarah Marshall, and he's having sex with that one girl, and she's like, I just came. He's like, do you want to gag me? He's like, well, now.
Dude, you know your name sounds like? Ski Bank the Bump God sounds like a rap artist that would be like an obscure rap artist on like a Blade 3 CD that you never heard of, that did like one cool song and then kind of disappeared into obscurity.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, you heard Ski Bump the God or whatever? Like, no man, what's it like? It's like, it's good. Here it is. It's like, oh, and then like 5 years later, it's like, where is he at? I saw him doing a VH1. Where are they at now? The other day, that's like
another Forgetting Sarah Marshall reference. That would be the rapper that would do Chocolate Daddy from Get Him to the Greek. He's like, now this is some groundbreaking shit, and he plays it, and it's like, gonna fuck your bitch, gonna scratch that itch, gonna fuck your bitch. He's like, yeah,
that's some good shit right there.
I love African Child. I brushed my teeth to it. Adrian Yabara, thanks, buddy, says icebreaker to start the stream off. We got a guy at work, Phil, who calls in pretty damn often. So now we call him Phil Collins.
I like it. I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
That's so petty. You could call it Tom Petty.
I feel like a guy in like dad khaki pants and a polo shirt that he got from JCPenney would tell that joke on his first day at the job, and you'd be like, there's Teddy. That's Teddy. That's a good ass fucking joke though. I like that kind of stuff.
Dude, you know Phil fucking hates it though. Like as soon as they brought that up, he was like, God damn it, they're on to me. They know. The guy to me, he knows.
Well, he should just lean into it and be like, yeah, we're gonna be staying. Hey, Phil, you know that you have to stay later tonight because there's the reports that are due tomorrow. He's like, well, I can feel that coming in the air tonight. I knew it before it even happened.
Or he's at work and he's like, man, I feel like that sushi's just sitting weird. And someone's like, I can feel it coming.
Yeah. And then if he does something really good and he like maybe makes, I don't know where you work, but what if you like if you worked in like a sales thing and he made a sale and he was like, I feel like a Shooter McGavin thing.
Oh fuck. TJZ says been a subscriber for a long time and now love me some Wham all up inside me.
All right.
In and around. Mm-hmm.
Hey man, did you hear about that AI scare that happened recently?
Thanks, TJ. AI scare. Terminator 2?
Almost. We're getting there. I just can't
Did
wait.
someone fuck a computer?
Yeah, one of us is going to be like
warm.
Sarah Connor, like holding the gate at a kindergarten playground and just fucking bursts of flames happen. It's getting ready. Listen, so last week, I think, and this is not about, I know the Joe Rogan thing is like really trending right now. That was scary in of itself, but this happened last week. This lady, and I don't remember what state it was in, she said that she got a random phone call from a number she didn't know. Normally she would not answer that, but she did anyway. And she said immediately when she picked up, she recognized her daughter's voice. She was screaming, crying, saying, Mom, help me. They've got me. They're going to kill me. Help me. And then she said a man's voice came on while her daughter was screaming in the back and demanded $1 million or he would kill her daughter. And then, of course, she said we didn't have $1 million. So, I guess he negotiated down to $50,000. Anyhow, come to find out, he didn't have her daughter at all. He had used an AI to sample parts of her social media, get just a small bit of her voice and use that to extrapolate and use it with the AI to create this really realistic sounding, even to the point where the inflections were down perfectly. The FBI said that if he'd had more time and gotten a larger sample, that it would have even been more convincing. But she said that she had no doubt, no question in her mind when she answered it and she heard her daughter, that it was her daughter. And I'm like, this is how scary it is. They said now these guys are targeting you if you're on social media and your voice is, they can literally go in, grab your voice and sample it, and then literally make an AI making you say whatever the fuck they want you to say. Like, and that's why Mike went on Twitter and said those awful things about Jada Pinkett Smith. It wasn't true.
It wasn't me at all.
It was an AI. God damn it.
Yeah.
No, he did say those things. But
yeah,
but it's scary, dude, because it's like it's literally getting out of hand. Like this shit, and then what happened with the Joe Rogan AI. I mean, this at what point? Like somebody said it right. They're like, in 10 years, you will never know what's real or not. Like, there's no way. I mean, right now it's like CNN, Fox, whoever the fuck. You're like, well, they disseminate information based on their political. But this is literally someone could show a video of someone doing or saying something that they never did. Right. And they could use it as a false flag to start a war, a riot. They could do anything. And you would never know it was real or not.
We all know what is real. And that's Ja Rule.
Ja Rule is real.
He has a song about it. So it's true.
Yeah, I know. Real. Yeah. It's like everything's like everything's turning into a simulation now. Do not try to bend the spoon. That is impossible. Instead, try to bend yourself.
All I know is if I could use that shit to edit my terrible punctuation from top to top, I'm happy.
Well, dude, hey,
maybe
we could you know what we could do in a couple of years? We could just get AI to make us look better looking, like we were younger, and just put it on the fucking internet. No one would know, and they're like, "Oh, Jay and Mike's got taking some Neutrogena and been looking good lately," and we could just sit back and do jack shit.
What's y'all on that collagen? Y'all on that collagen, aren't you?
You got some college. You got some things done.
Daniel Flores, thanks, buddy. I like your picture. Hey, that looks like it was taken at Scarefest, where we frequent. It says, happy Friday, guys. Hoping you guys got the package my wife and I sent. Well, Daniel, I've been waiting on the package all my life.
Sir, please, not on the air.
And when it comes, I will receive it in my butt. But no, I do need to make a post office run. I do. And I will do that this week now that you let me know. The post office is getting all dusty. We don't get that much in anymore. So I'll go on like, hey, y'all got anything? Stevie's like, man, I just got this pack of matches. Oh, that's not for you. Never mind.
Yeah, people got tired of sending us things. They're like, nah, fuck those assholes. You just open it. The only thing that's like really sending us thing is mosquito shit. that's building up inside of it.
Jerry Ramey says Batman. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, by the way. Batman 2 villains, a proper Two-Face that goes a full movie as the animated series Harvey, build the Dent/Bruce relationship, then go the third movie with full Two-Face.
Yeah.
Or the third. Yeah.
That was
Two-Face has never had his own movie.
Well, that was what Tim Burton was trying to do. If you look at the 89 Batman, he was trying to do that. I think even in his third film, in his canceled third film, I think that there was an article that said Tim Burton had totally planned on having the full Harvey Dent Two-Face thing, and he had used that to build it up from the first one, which would have been great. The only thing that would have suffered from that movie is you didn't really see the relationship building between him and Batman, and Michael Keaton in the Tim Burton Batman. You didn't really see any interaction. You just had the sexy Billy D. Williams, who goddamn sexy fucking guy,
dude. Can you?
That's who it was. I mean, that's who it was going to be. And you know that you just look at that guy and you know he smells like Polo Sport. Like you get close to him, he's like Polo Sport and like fucking a fresh car interior. Like he just smells really good. And they were going to make him like, but I think a Harvey Dent. If you're going to ask me which I would prefer, I would go with Two-Face if they're going to build it up. But yeah, which is also weird thing in The Dark Knight. That's why I liked Aaron Eckhart, but I feel like that's where people were kind of like, what the fuck? Like just the same way in Batman Forever is it just felt like it came out of nowhere. Like the whole thing with Two-Face felt like it was too quick. It wrapped up too much and then they killed him off. And I'm like, man, this is like one of the more interesting villains that Batman has. The duality of his psyche and everything.
Yeah.
And then you guys just basically give his whole story in 30 minutes and then kill him. I think it's stupid.
I totally agree, man. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say, but you're absolutely right, Jeremy. Jeremy Johns. Jeremy Johns. YouTube. Review.
Your name's Joe John? Yeah, I said Joe John. I said you better not. You better not.
Japan 4, the Sasher, the Badger, Japan 4.
Your name's Joe John? Yeah, it is. Joe John.
The 2023 Papa Roach album is actually really good. You should check it out. If you buy the CD, it comes with a cool guitar pick. Let me go. Thanks for the tip.
I didn't know about that. And you know what? I like that you're still out there buying CDs, man. Keep the hope alive, brother.
Fucking A, dude. Do it. I'll tell you this, man. The last CD I bought was I pre-ordered the Blink CD, California, and it sat in my wife's car for fucking like 4 years. And like every now and then I just pop that some bitch in and just let it run. It feels good to like listen to it old school style. I love Papa Roach. I do, dude. Like they have not, in my opinion. Yeah, well, they haven't, in my opinion, put out a very good album in a long time. Like I really like the Getting Away with Murder album. I love the Paramore Sessions album, even though it didn't feel like anybody else did. Like I was going through a rough time in my life when that came out. I was like 19 and I just got dumped. So that's the album was like Dirty Little Girl. That whole fucking thing, like that whole album was so good. But after that, I felt like they got a little corny. Not all of them. Like Lifeline was great.
Lifeline, I love.
Yeah. I'm looking for a life.
Yeah, I think Lifeline was really good because I didn't even know when I heard that it was so different from their original. Cut my life into pieces. Like it was so different from that shit, and I like that song, but it was like that had been overplayed so much. I was like, I'm done with them. And then when Lifeline came out, I was like, hey man, they actually have a lifeline now. They can reinvent themselves and have another career run. But I was like, what happened? And then they just stopped playing on the radio.
Yeah, no, and they kept putting out songs. It's just all the songs, they weren't bad. They just sounded just like the ones before them. So I just kind of, but I do love, and dude, they are the best band, one of the best bands I've ever seen live. He gets up there and just fucking goes crazy. It's awesome to see.
The lead singer seems like he's really nice too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say when I said, by the way, like I know it ties into what I was saying earlier when I was saying Joe John because I had Ben Stiller in it. Do you know that he auditioned for fucking Marty McFly?
Who?
Ben Stiller.
Joe John? Oh my god, that's
no, dude. There. You can go on YouTube, and they just put it out last month. You can see the guys that like they have their audition tapes. It was him, John Cryer, one other guy. John Cryer actually did really good, but Ben Stiller, dude, you're talking about max nerdy level, like max nerdy. Like it was just awful, and he was doing the lines where he parks with Lorraine, like Leah Thompson, because he's reading with Leah Thompson, and it comes off as like super like. Anyway, my mom told me not to touch girls. Like it's really fucking like awful.
That's
and
weird.
Then John Cryer, dude, John Cryer killed it. He blended. If Michael J. Fox hadn't been cast, John Cryer would have been a home run. I think John Cryer would have been really good.
I'd have gone with Charlie Sheen personally. Like,
he was high on cocaine, fucking bitches on Mars at the time. He couldn't do it.
Hell yeah, he was. I'm telling you, man, his character in 2.5 Men is what I strive to be as a human being, and that's probably a really terrible thing for a human being to say, but
Probably.
that's what I wanted to grow up and become, was Charlie Sheen in 2.5 Men, and I'm not that far away. I just need the handsomeness and all the money.
That would just be like, I'm dying of cirrhosis while waiting on a liver transplant, and I'm dying alone because nobody wants to be with a male hooker.
Right. I have the, I have the whole like drinking and like sitting around all day writing jingles part down. It's just I need the house on Malibu and the good looks and all that.
Well, you also need like I don't even know. In the 2.5 Men, he was rich. I don't remember how much he had, but he had a lot of fucking money.
Oh yeah, just from writing jingles all fucking day. But hey, thanks, dude. Michael Entity says, sorry, Mercury, I'll get right back to yours. Michael Entity says, what's a movie that was received poorly from critics and audiences, but you yourself saw something special in it?
Well, for me, I'll just say straight up. Well, there's two, but which, I mean, Mike and I agree on this one because I don't understand. I wasn't really, a functioning adult back then, so I don't get it. But Ghostbusters 2 was like apparently ripped apart at the box office, and I was like, "That's a great goddamn movie, man." What the fuck? What the Vigo is you saying? You oozy bitches!
That's the all-timer.
Yeah, Ghostbusters 2, man, it got ripped apart, and I don't get it. When I was like older and I watched Ghostbusters 1 and Ghostbusters 2, and Ghostbusters 2 has the superior soundtrack. I don't care. I'll stand by that. I was like, what the fuck are people talking about? This is just as good. Maybe not just as good, but you can't tell me that movie is like a 6. You know, you give Ghostbusters 1 a 10, and you give them like, no way. That movie's like an 8.5 or a 9. And then the other one that I really liked a lot, even I know it was cheesy and it wasn't for everybody. I really liked Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren. I liked it for what it was. It wasn't meant to be like serious. I liked it for what it was.
The Watch is one that you and I both liked a lot. Speaking of Ben Stiller, right? The
Watch. Oh yeah, that got shit on. Oh yeah, it did get shit on.
Oh yeah, that got horribly.
Oh yeah, that was a great fucking movie.
Yeah, it's like, how are you not gonna have a jacket with a fucking tiger on it? That says shut the fuck up and dance.
That's a good time right there.
What was that mean? It's like fuck
you, Chacho.
Get Him to the Greek is a movie I fucking love, and I don't think that one did very well. But I'm gonna go with one that's gonna get me universal hate. That I'm alone. You're alone in the universe.
Scream 3.
No, because I found that a lot of people actually love Scream 3.
That's bullshit. Somebody's being controlled by AI.
Scream fans love Scream 3. It's not a lie. It happens. I will say, fuck, X-Men. X-Men: The Last Stand. I like that movie.
Yeah, I remember you liking that. Oh God, I just recently completed my X-Men run, and I honestly, I swear to God, dude, I would rather watch X-Men Origins Wolverine over X-Men Last Stand, because I mean it goes against you kill Xavier. I do like the origin story. Even though people I hated what they did with Ryan Reynolds, don't get me wrong. I hated what they did with Deadpool, but I liked, I just liked overall the movie. I liked Liv Schreiber as Sabretooth. I thought he was awesome. But the thing about Last Stand, dude, you got fucking Professor X dying, and you got Cyclops that was just basically ejaculated out of the fucking prison cell in 2 seconds.
I know. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like as soon as I said it, even you were like, that movie fucking sucks. But
I know, I was.
I get it. Like that's why I knew it would piss people off. I like that movie because while it's like canon wise, it's fucking stupid. Like why did you do this to me? With like fucking Professor X and all that shit like that. But as a fan, like the child in me loves that movie because when the comics you got really excited to read when you were a kid was the ones with like the salacious headlines, like Professor X is dead.
Yeah,
like, and there's always some.
But I didn't want him to really die.
Yeah, right. There's always some cop out or something, but like you love that. One of my favorites is this one was terrible, but this Superman and Lois Lane. The headline, it's a picture of the ring on like a dinner table. It's like the engagement is off. And that big.
I had the comic book where they got engaged. It's like a white cover, and I'm not gay, but I was kind of gay for it back then. I was like, oh my God, they're getting married. I got to read this issue.
I respect when it comes to First Class, it was like that. It was a comic book for me. It was a true comic book. There's dumb fucking shit in there. Like when the dude's growing thorns out of his fucking head. But I just, I mean,
it's fine. I mean, I don't hate. I mean, I'm not going to give you hate for it. It is what it is. I mean, it's all subjective, but at the same time, I really think the worst thing about that, James Marsden was such a great Cyclops, and he never got a chance to really break. I mean, he's the leader of the fucking X-Men, and he was treated like, fucking garbage dump Jerry over there. There's garbage dump Jerry. That motherfucker don't run shit. He just comes in like a janitor. Now and again, he might show up and be like Goofy, but don't worry about that guy. Let's focus on goddamn Rogue and fucking. And don't get me wrong, I get the whole thing with Logan, but Jesus Christ, dude. Like the guy, Hugh Jackman had already had his say in X2. Let fucking James Marsden have a fucking movie.
It's one of those loves that I'm indefensible about. Like someone sits there and like tells me all the reasons it sucks, and I just go, yeah, I know, but I like it.
Yeah, it's like someone telling you that. Yeah, it's like someone telling you have an alcohol problem. They're like, yeah, I know, I'm listening to you, but not really.
That ain't no problem at all. But no, even the scene where Professor X dies, dude, I love that fucking scene because
it was a nice scene. It had been like 8 movies down the road.
But yeah, right, yeah, I know. But like Wolverine's trying to save him, and he's digging the claws in and clawing to him, and I was like, this shit's intense. Like
visually, it was shot. It looked good. Visually, it looked good. Like sometimes, you can't argue. It looked good.
Great question, Michael, by the way. Michael Parton says, with Superman Legacy, I'm sick of them always having Lex Luthor as the main villain. That's true. Main villain. I'd rather prefer someone new like Brainiac. Brainiac would be fun. Parasite, Bizarro would be fun as well. I think Bizarro would be my choice, dude. To see Superman fight against dumb Bizarro Superman would be pretty fucking wild.
I think the reason why they always go to Lex Luthor is to set up Superman for villains later down the road, because Lex Luthor is more of a grounded villain. Like he's a human being trying to bring down and expose Superman for being villainous in his eyes. Like kind of like if J. Jonah Jameson had power. You're right. I mean, there's a lot of other. I mean, Superman's got a great line of villains too. But Brainiac. The thing about Brainiac, though, I feel like would be more of a planet-wide type of threat. Like that would require the Justice League. Just like if you look at Injustice 2. And Brainiac comes down, it took all the Justice Leaguers to really come up and fight him. I just feel like Brainiac is more of a Thanos type threat level than just for Superman. Superman's got some good villains, though, don't get me wrong. I feel like if you're going to start Superman again, what was Metallo? Is kind of a cheesy bad guy, but you could use Metallo and kind of set up Superman's a little bit, and then have Lex Luthor being maybe a puppeteer in the background, just kind of hanging out. You know, like the guy in the campaign, and that just disappears behind the curtain when things go south. Well, I don't. What was it? What was that? Yeah,
Dylan McDermott.
Dylan McDermott. Yeah, he could be like the Dylan McDermott for a couple of movies, and they're like, I knew it was you, you son of a bitch.
The cool thing about Lex Luthor, and I hate like Gene Hackman Lex Luthor, like I do.
That's all right for what it was.
But like the thing I love about Lex Luthor, and I also hate Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor, even though it's his son. But I love that Lex Luthor is the Batman of villains. You know, he's going up against the biggest, strongest, most powerful superhero of all time. And he doesn't have a single fucking superpower. He's just using his money and his will. So, like, that's what makes Lex Luthor interesting to me. But it's hard to have a Superman movie at all without at least a Lex Luthor being in it, because he's so involved in Metropolis. Like, he's running parts of the city at different times. He's a politician and whatnot, and businessman. So he's always got to be somewhere in the background. And they've just honestly not done a successful string of Superman-based movies in a long fucking time. So I mean,
I would rather, I like Gene Hackman for what like Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor for Superman, the original Superman movie with Christopher Reeve. They were going for the comic book style, and I liked it for what I mean, they weren't even trying to pretend it was anything more than that. But when they cast Jesse Eisenberg, I mean, Jesse Eisenberg did grow on me a little bit. Maybe that's just because I'm nostalgic for anything related to Zack Snyder, and I miss Snyder. But yeah, I could say the worst Lex Luthor was Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey was ass shit. Like, he was pure camel turds. Yeah, he's perfect. Well, he was perfect, but he just tried to fucking copy Gene Hackman. That's all he did. He copied Gene Hackman. The one that you got to cast Bryan fucking Cranston and make him act exactly like he did in Breaking Bad. That badass fucking. Well, if Bryan Cranston, he already had the bald head. That looks like Lex Luthor. You act like a politician and a cool guy in front of the cameras, and then you're vicious and mean, like you're fucking, goddamn Heisenberg. You know, like that's what you got to do there, sir.
I don't think they've ever technically, and like Gene Hackman's a great actor, and like I know the Superman movies are weird or whatever, but like I don't think they've ever got Lex Luthor right. Like, think about this: the Lex Luthor I remember is the one that's so fucking dedicated that I don't remember what comic this was. It was a big one, I think. But he's literally, when he's talking to someone about his plans, he's on a fucking treadmill and doing curls at the same fucking time.
Are you describing Vince McMahon?
Yeah, he basically is Vince McMahon. Like he's jacked. Like he's just a human, and he's pissed about it because he is in his mind, he is the greatest. He's the top level a human specimen can be, and that's why he hates Superman. But like, this motherfucker is literally on a goddamn treadmill doing work. He's working while walking on a treadmill and doing fucking curls at the same goddamn time. And he's like, I have to do fucking everything I can because I'm just a goddamn human being. You know?
Yeah, dude. The true maybe the true personality of what or Lex Luthor could be is a combination of someone like Patrick Bateman and Dana White. That I think
Dana White from the UFC.
Yeah, Dana White. Yeah, Dana White. Not because he looks like him, no, because the Dana White's got that tough guy. Like I'm a businessman, but Patrick Bateman, there's a little screw loose there. Patrick Bateman's a good-looking guy. He's in control of his own destiny. But then he's like, I want to chain someone's dick off tonight. Like, it's got like a little bit of that craziness. Because the reality of what Lex Luthor is a jealous, narcissistic, psychopathic, sociopathic person. That's what he is. And you get that combo right, man. You got some good shit. Yeah, just make again, I think that you take Bryan Cranston, I think a perfect combo. Bryan Cranston, man, the way that he did when he did Breaking Bad. As Heisenberg, he was a family man and he's normal. And then when he's Heisenberg, he's like, I'll eat your fucking face.
Oh, I agree with you, by the way, on that. I think he would be a fucking amazing Lex Luthor. Brandon Ferguson, what's up, you sexy bastard?
Hey, Brandon.
What's up, guys? I think a choice-based Scream game would be awesome in the style of Until Dawn, The Quarry.
That would be cool.
The Quarry. Dude,
yeah.
There's so much in my mind you could do with a Scream game, from making an RPG to the way that your decisions affect things to a Clue fucking style game where you got to try to figure out who the killer is. And do you go into the basement with Sarah, or could she possibly be the killer? Or should you go upstairs with Matt and maybe get a candlestick? Like that, from the RPG to the phone call to the trivia. Fuck, dude. Scream could be a really great game.
I believe Professor Plum did it in the study. No, but yeah, The Quarry. Yeah, man. I think that's exactly how you approach a Scream game. The Quarry, you don't know who the killer is. You don't know what's really going on. You don't know the motivation behind a lot of things, and you have to make the decisions, and they change based on the decisions. Do you rescue that girl? Do you try to kiss that girl or guy or whatever? And there's consequences. And then you have a twist ending because you don't know who the ghost face is. I mean, that's exactly how you do it. Once you play it, the replayability goes down. But that's the problem. Once a Scream reveals the identity of the killer, you already know. Unless
they write like 7 scripts into the game, and
you can make sequels to it.
That'd be pretty cool too. William McLeod, who sounds like the guy who we used to get royalty-free music from.
No, it's William McLeod from the McLeod.
McLeod. That's pretty badass too. I kind of like it. I kind of want to steal your
Highlander,
name.
Bitch.
Says, hey guys, how have you been? Wonderful, wonderful. Naked in the night. I haven't had sex in a few days, and it's starting to get to my personality. Miss your faces. Haven't seen your live stream in so long. Just want to say hi. It's good to see your face.
Nice.
Fuck.
Thanks, William.
Yeah, man.
Or you go by Will, or sometimes Bill. Whatever.
Sometimes Bill. Bill when he's ready to party.
That's a nice little statement there. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, bro. So it's good to see your face. Russell Nass, Charlemagne Kane says Abe Lincoln wants Jay to do a titty drop.
I don't know what that means.
Titty drop?
I don't know. It sounds interesting, though. I mean, if Abe Lincoln wants it, I mean, we can do that. We can arrange that, but I don't know what that is. Isn't he dead?
I don't know.
I think he died last year.
Titty drop sounds fun.
Titty drop does sound fun. I don't know what that is, though.
I had the best shot last week.
Like, you call it titty drop?
No, but that sounds like a shot, right? Titty drop. It's like the elevator, but with titties. But no, I said, I was buying somebody a shot, and I said, hey, what is a good vodka fucking shot? I don't know, because nobody wants to do straight vodka. What are we, Russians? That's disgusting. Not to be Russian.
God, Mike's fucking racist and discriminatory.
No. You there? But no, and she's like, gummy bear. I was like, a fucking gummy bear? And she's like, gummy bear. So she mixed, I have no idea how she made it, but that shit was delicious. It tastes like a lifesaver or just a gummy bear if you're not.
What was it called?
Fancy. A gummy bear.
Dude, I had that years ago. I remember telling you about it. I had it at the gay club. I wasn't there. I was there. I was there with a girl.
That night or what?
No, I was there with a girl. I picked up at Shinaway, but that was years ago. But yeah, the very nice gay gentleman bought me a gummy bear drop. It's a gummy drop or something. I don't know. It was fucking delicious. The gummies at the bottom of it. It's fucking awesome.
had no gummies in it. Yours had an actual gummy bear in it?
Yeah, mine has actual gummy bears on the
That's
bottom
nice
of it. And
That's
it was like,
why you should go to a gay club, because they know what the fuck they're
their
doing.
shit was
right?
like, hey, on point. I got it, and I didn't know it was a clear cup, and it had like literally like gummy bears on the bottom, and it was like vodka and something else. It was fucking awesome, dude.
That little bit extra, man. That little bit fucking extra.
So I jerked the guy off. What about it? It's no big deal. Like I just, he went above and beyond. He should have done.
He deserved it, and so did you. And your little soft hands. Ski Bank the Bump God says, Jay literally called it LOL. I've never done coke, but my name is a play on the rapper Ski Mask the Slump God. Oh, that makes
there you
sense.
go. Yeah, all right.
And my pick is right before I beat my meat. Beat my meat.
I hope I don't want you to like fall into obscurity there, my sir.
What is schmeat? Is that like she? I'm not going down that.
Your wiener. You beat your meat.
Enjoy it, Ski Bank the Bump God. I'd like to do a bump with you any day. I don't even do, but I don't know. Bat Seal says, "Been a while. Just wanted to say I love you guys. Hey, it's good to see your face. We don't. It's not your face, but it's good to see your name. Thank you, and it's good to see you. Nerd's Eye View again. Every time I see this, I have to go. Everything falls apart, and it got to put it back to his question. Who would you guys watch Devil May Cry movie franchise? Would you guys watch a Devil May Cry movie franchise? If you don't know, it's a spooky action video game series that's made by Capcom. I just think that Hollywood needs to stop making Resident Evil movies. The second part's true.
Yeah, well, I agree. Yeah, well, they haven't done a correct Resident Evil movie. I think is the problem is that they keep on giving it to morons that don't have either any idea about what the subject material is, or they keep on changing it in order to fit some kind of narrative that they're trying to go for, which therefore fucks up the storyline. So yes, giving it to the wrong creators is a problem. I don't think that they should let go of the Resident Evil franchise. I think they just hire better writers and better directors. As far as the Devil May Cry movie, I think it would be very successful. I think it would be kind of like Conan the Barbarian mixed with Constantine. I'd watch the shit out of that. I think it'd be a really cool fucking action flick with demon hunters in it. Devil May Cry is a great game. Dante's a cool character. I just, like, dude, I mean, I think there's a stigma around video game adaptations. I think that companies think that they can get away with doing bare minimum little shit with a video game adaptation, meaning they don't have to really hire the best director or the best writer or the best cast and just push it out there and suck on that titty of fucking money. And they don't give a shit. That's the problem. I think that until there's a real awesome, amazing, huge, spectacular, sensational video game adaptation that makes a lot of money, it's just going to happen. Like, this is the way the world's going to work. Because look at comic book movies, right? It took something like, we had Blade and Spawn, but they always felt like an afterthought kind of movie. Like, oh, it's a comic book movie, whatever. It took something like Spider-Man and X-Men for the companies to start being like, hey, man, we can make a lot of fucking money doing this.
I would fucking hate that though, Jay. Like, dude, if comic books became the new superhero, or no, if video games became the new superhero thing and it was like the biggest rage, I would fucking shit.
Well, eventually it's going to happen. I mean, look at Halo, man. If they had done it right 15 years ago or maybe longer ago, they said that if they had done that franchise right, Halo would be the Star Wars of the next generation. Like, Halo was on the mountain. I'm not gonna say you're wrong. But yeah, I mean, but you never. I mean, there's always some bittersweetness that comes with having a really good adaptation of a video game. Because you're right, if it becomes the video game new trend, or if like the new comic book thing,
it gets so tired.
It just gets ruined. Yeah. I mean, as soon as a new video game comes out and it's got any type of like following, they're like, let's make a movie of it. We'll throw $500 million. Yeah.
Damn, dude, we just sucked dick on Tuesday. I'm tired. Hey, you know what we should do?
I gotta pee though. I know what we're gonna do.
All right,
you do the first. Well, you do the first one.
I'll start it because I'll do the two new movies that you didn't see. You didn't see Pope's Exorcist or Renfield yet, did you?
Dude, it's not like you didn't see the new post-sexual. You didn't see the new post-sexual. I heard Renfield, but it's not like you didn't see the new post-sexual, did you?
Did you see the Gabi?
Did you see that? No, I didn't. I haven't seen it yet. But Renfield does look good. Was it good?
No, it fucking sucked.
Was it really?
It was like a youth adult novel with all this corny action.
Was he not funny at all?
No, Nicolas Cage fucking ruled the shit, dude. He was amazeballs.
Well, I didn't care about Nicolas Hoult. I was just wondering about Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, 10 out of 10. Movies like a 4. Without Nicolas Cage. With him, it's like a 6. But like, yeah.
Did it play like Brooklyn and Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy, where it was trying to be serious, but then there was like moments of comedy in it?
No, they tried to make it like Scott Pilgrim-y, but it came off sort of because of Nicholas Hoult. It came off as sort of this corny, like wannabe John Wick action thing with like him doing like
What?
corny.
I thought
like
it was just
fight
like pure
moves.
comedy.
No, it wasn't very funny, except for Nicolas Cage. Nick Cage was fucking hilarious, and like the gore was like, dude, it was cartoon porn gore. Like the gore, there would be like buckets of blood, but it was all super, not even CGI, but like
Oh, it was like cell shading, like animated cell shading.
It looked like it, and it was like it kind of, dude, it felt like a bad version of Last Action Hero with like the cartoony shit and like the cool.
Well, there goes. I guess I'm gonna burn my ticket. I thought about. I guess the high seas with Captain Crunch is my only alternative.
No, dude, it's so worth it for Nick Cage, though. He's in it more than you think he's gonna be, and like he's really fucking great at it. There's one point he's like, "I'm the Dark Lord. I'm Dracula."
I like that. That's when you feeling fine and sexy in your velvet suit, and you got like that curved cologne on. You're like, "Woo! I'm ready to go out tonight." By the way, I was gonna say, I thought, because it looked to me in the trailers, and I thought it was gonna be like that. I thought it was going to be like the Brooklyn and New York. You remember that movie Eddie Murphy, when they try to mix like the horror with the comedy? There would be a horrific moment, and I didn't like Brooklyn and New York. I didn't, but I thought it was going to be better done with Nicolas Cage. And apparently, if it's like Scott Pilgrim, fuck that. That doesn't work at all.
No, it's corny like that. Like, and I love Scott Pilgrim, but in this movie, it doesn't fit.
No, I do too,
The sets look like Batman Forever. Like everything's super corny in Batman Forever. It's just not. Yeah, the movie itself. Nah.
All right. Well, you can do those then. I haven't seen the other one either. So
I'll do my good. Gone like a freight train, gone like yesterday, gone like a soldier in the Civil War, bang bang. How the fuck did I just remember those lyrics? I don't listen to country music. As a matter of fact, I fucking loathe it, but for some reason that song just popped in my head, and I'm pretty sure I just nailed the lyrics to it. I think I'm going to throw myself off a ravine tonight. It's time to die. Anyways, you guys want to start this list? I do. Who wants a mustache ride? I do. Yes. Okay, here we go. Here's the list. We got all-timer, real awesome, because I was really out of ideas, fuckable, and then finally sucks my butt, Steve. And those are the tears for tonight. And if you have super chatted, keep those up. It's not stopping that. We're going to keep answering those as we go along. But to start the tier off with, let's start with, since we just talked about it, and I understand that like some people don't feel the way I feel about this. Some people enjoyed it and thought it was great. And if you haven't watched my review of it, I won't go into spoilers here. But again, like I said, Nick Cage, fucking amazing. I feel bad for him because this guy's wanted to play Dracula his whole fucking life. Nick Cage has wanted to play Dracula, and they give it to him, and he's not even the main fucking person in the movie. Now, we knew that going in, and he was in it a little bit more than I thought, but they shoehorn in this awful Zootopia fucking crooked cop storyline into it, and the sets were all corny, and Nicholas Hoult, like, just not my thing. His whole, like, boyish, but I'm a nice guy, and I'm going to eat super CGI fucking spiders, and my eyes are going to turn yellow, and I'm going to do super action stuff. I was just like, I don't give a fuck. This action shit is so corny. It's like a Panic at the Disco video, which Panic at the Disco can be fine in the right elements, but really annoying in the wrong elements. And I feel like this was really annoying Panic at the fucking Disco, corny, cheesy, bad. Did not enjoy the movie around it, but thankful for its brevity and thankful for Nick Cage. I will set Renfield in fuckable only for that face, and he's gonna go right next to the fuckable too, because look at it. I'd stick my wiener on it, in it, around it. You know what I mean? Yeah, just like that should be next to fuckable in the dictionary. Like, it's ugly as shit, but it is charismatic, and it's Nick Cage, and it's probably a good lay. It's fuckable. So that checks out, right? Sure, Steve. And another movie I saw today, which I will not give any spoilers for. I recorded a review for it. It will be up tomorrow. The Pope's Exorcist. You guys, again, in the same element of Renfield, the movie around it is not great. But Russell fucking Crowe in this movie brought his Cinderella Man game. He brought his fucking Beautiful Mind game. He brought his fucking Gladiator game. I haven't seen Russell Crowe this good in a long time. And he's doing this Italian accent, which I saw somebody call an Olive Garden Italian accent, which made me laugh. But honestly, it seems like his native language, just the way he says it. He's so fucking charismatic. Resident Dr. Evil says, that's a vampire movie? Bro, the title says Vampire and Exorcism movies, and The Exorcist is in the title. It's in the title. The Vampires and Exorcism movies. So, which was the point of this, doing it at this time. But anyways, yes, the movie around it, total generic thing with some good writing and some interesting ideas. Total generic. You've seen it a billion times. CGI fueled exorcism fest, but that motherfucker right there is so good in it. It is entertaining and it's worth watching for that alone. But I'd say at the beginning of the movie, he goes through an exorcism. I'm fucking with you, Resident Evil. It's cool, dude. It's cool. It's a good man. You're a good man, and I like your picture. But he's just paint a little bit of picture of this movie. He shows up at the beginning to do an exorcism on this boy, right? And he's got his accent or whatever. And he's like, bring in the pig. Or they bring in this pig. And he's talking to this dude's like, I am the devil, and I am the foul-mouthed behemoth and all this shit, and doing the typical exorcist thing. And Russell Crowe's like, he's like, I don't believe you. He's like, if you're Satan, he's like, go on. Why don't you jump into this pig? He's like, come on, jump into possess the pig. Just possess the pig. If you're Satan, possess the pig. Just do it, And that's kind of how he's talking through parts of the movie. And it's so fucking entertaining. I don't know what to say about it. I'm going to put this one in fuckable as well. But I totally recommend watching it if you're cool with watching a generic exorcism movie, but with maybe the greatest performance from an old school classic actor that you've seen all year long. Respect to Russell Crowe for what he did in this project. Dude, I was just telling them, by the way, you should watch The Pope's Exorcist. Like, the movie's not great, but Russell Crowe is fucking Cinderella Man, beautiful mind, badass in it. He's so good.
My name is Marcus Aurelius, and I'm an exorcist.
He's Italian. He's trying to exorcise this kid, and he's talking to the demon. He's like, I don't believe you. He's like, hey, if you're Satan, he's like, jump into this pig. Come on, jump into the pig. I don't believe you. You're not Satan. Like, the way he's doing it, it's so good. Anyway.
Jesus was a murdered martyr. I believe in God, and I will have my vengeance.
He's so
this day or the next.
He's so goddamn good in this movie, man. Okay, so
I gotta try. Look, I'm not gonna drink all of it on stream. There's no fucking way.
What do you got?
But April she got this Four Loko.
Oh no!
Cosmic Blast. No, like
sorry, I didn't mean that.
Warheads. It's Warheads. It's 13.9 fucking % alcohol, dude.
You'll die, Steve.
I know. I'm not gonna. And she was like, "Oh, I just thought because it's got like warheads." Then I'm like, "That will kill you." Like, it's Four fucking Loko.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I'll take my pee break while you try that real quick.
Okay.
And then we'll get to the tier list when I get back, and I'll watch this later for my own enjoyment. I hope you're still throwing up when I get back. I'll be right back.
I'm not gonna drink. I'm not gonna chug it. I mean, it smells good. That's the worst thing anyone's ever said. It smells okay. Fuck, son of a fuck sword. It's not good. Someone hit the red button. It's not good. Fuck. Oh, that'll do it. This beer's gone bad. This Coke's gone bad. That's so fucking vile. That's vile. God, it tastes like the devil ate a bunch of Jolly Ranchers and then shit in a cup and said, drink it. God damn. That's it strong, man. It done fuck my tongue up. Oh, fuck. I can't do it. That's nasty as fuck. Iron Wolf say Jay on tilt. Yeah, I went tilt. That's fucking nasty, you guys. Oh, my God. I can't even believe Four Loko is still in business. I thought it killed like a bunch of college kids. I'm just saying because it's so strong. Anyhow, wowie. Wowie wowie. Never again. Never again. Never again. Nickelback will come on. Anyhow. Oh my God, dude. Holy shits. That is so fucking vile. That was vile. Anyhow, I'm back. Robin says, damn, bro almost died. For sure, man. If someone just slipped me that, like, hey, man, have some of this, I'd spit in their fucking face. Stacey James says, hadn't had a Four Loko since high school. I know, man. Like, I thought they stopped selling that shit. I swear to God, I thought Four Loko was out of business. Apparently not. Iron Wolf says, battery acid drink, 100%. That shit could power a John Deere tractor. That is that bad. Hey, love you, Courtney, man. Miss you guys. Michael says, Jay, if it makes you feel better, I did the Warhead challenge on Easter and put that thing all in my mouth. Oh my God, you are a brave soul, sir. Tomo Gutter says, are you sure she wasn't trying to assassinate you? Possibly, because she could take acquisition of all my great collectibles that you guys see behind. Huh?
Bought it for myself.
No, she bought it for herself. It's what she claims. I mean, that's a good defense strategy right there if you're going to be in court. Anyhow. What was I going to... I was going to talk to you guys about something, and now I forgot totally because my head just went la Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs because of that. Hold on. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So I did briefly mention, I know you guys, I thank you guys for having the patience. I know I go on a little tangent about little, everything going on because, I mean, there's so much information that's coming out. The AI scare. I was like, did you guys listen to that Joe Rogan AI experience at all? Because that shit, I listened to it this morning, actually. I saw that they had posted the video and I listened, and it was so obvious in the middle of it that it was an AI when they were like, like, it was like you could tell that it was AI. But before that, when it was introducing the show, man, I couldn't distinguish Joe Rogan. The actual Joe Rogan from this AI ever. Like that shit was scary. Tomo says, I'm just saying, like, I mean, we gotta figure out some shit going on with that AI. All right, for real, because that shit's like that can get out of hand real goddamn quick. Domo Legato, sorry guys, I my mind wanders a lot. Sorry, Jay, talk about HBO Max becoming Max. Oh, dude, that's a good one, and the most generic name for a streaming service. Yes, Tomo, that is absolutely true. So if you guys don't know, HBO is going to be merging with Discovery, or Discovery is buying HBO, and they're merging, and they're going to change their name to just Max, and not the cool cartoon that used to come on MTV, The Max. Just Max, and it's kind of stupid. It kind of makes no sense. So they've also introduced that they're going to have 3 tiers. So at the $9.99 level, it'll be ads. A $9.99 a month for Max, it'll have ads. $15.99, which is what I'm paying currently, it's ad free. And then at $19.99, it's ad free ultra, whatever the fuck that means. Like ultra, no ads. But so here's the thing. Well, it would make sense if they were charging $19.99 if you could get Discovery, because Discovery has its own app too. If Discovery and HBO Max, if it was one package deal for $20 a month, because then you could have access to all the Discovery shows and the HBO movies and shows. But I don't even know what ultra free ads are. Like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, again, if you're going to pay $15.99 a month, which is the current price I'm paying, and I think Mike's paying, I think you have HBO Max, right?
Yeah, I got so many. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, well, I think it's like, well, it's $15.99. That's ad free, but then they have ad free ultra. So does that, like, what does that mean?
I don't know. Maybe they erase ads from your entire life force. But yeah,
that'll be good.
It Max. It's like, dude, HBO is the fucking brand name, not fucking Max. It's HBO. It's so stupid. Like,
well, I think because Discovery's buying them, they're trying to blend it. Well, yeah. HBO no longer exists. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of. I think it's a stupid. You're right. Tomo Gatto is completely correct. It's such a generic name. It's so stupid.
It's terrible. How was the drink, by the way? Did you shit your pants?
Oh yeah, no. I said it tasted like Satan ate a bunch of Jolly Ranchers, then shit in a cup and liquid it, and then made you drink it.
You're gonna get high. How much did you drink? Like just a couple?
No, I don't. Dude, I drank a little, just my normal like test, and then it was enough to be like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. I was like, that shit's arsenic.
Oh God, I'm gonna go back and watch that later. I look forward to it. All right, so jumping into the stream list, we'll roll through it pretty quick here, but I'm just gonna start clicking random ones. These are Exorcist movies and Dracula movies or vampire movies. 30 Days of Night. We got All Timer, we got Real Awesome, we got Fuckable, and we got Sucks My Butt, Steve.
That old goddamn Steve, always looking for someone to suck his butt. I would put 30 Days of Night as Fuckable, and not just because Josh Hartnett's in it with a toboggan.
Yeah, he is hot. I'm right there with you. I actually was thinking like Real Awesome just based on how much everybody loves this movie, but honestly the movie has a lot of issues too. It gets
the comic's boring. Great. The comic is really awesome, but I think there was something lost in translation with the adaptation.
Yeah, I think personally, I think that there's all-timer moments in it. But the movie is closer to fuckable. So you could say real awesome, but I'll go with you on this as fuckable. Like I think it's
just fuckable.
But real fuckable. Like
I mean, it's definitely like it's like I can't believe I got this girl to have sex with me, and I didn't even have to drink a Four Loko with Warhead flavoring.
But the sex is boring.
Yeah,
right?
It's I mean, on my end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
like I fucked her like fucking Pee Wee Herman. I mean, she came in with all the hotness, and I came in. I came in with the Pee Wee Herman. Like, yeah, that's not good.
Let's go with an Exorcist movie now. The Last Exorcism.
Ooh,
shoot, man, it's.
I don't. To be honest, I don't remember much of this one. Because you know what I get this one confused with, and I don't think it's on your list. Is The Possession. And I like The Possession. I did like that movie.
It's in there. I love that fucking movie.
Okay. But I don't. Is this the one? Is this the one where at the end of the movie they're in the hospital with the blinking lights?
This is no. That's The Possession.
Yeah, okay, I like that one.
This is the found footage one where they go out to the barn and there's that little shitty kid and like there's that they do the exorcism in the barn. It's been a while since I've seen it too. But
yeah, it sounds like a lot like Emily Rose, but Emily Rose is like a way different type of movie. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna defer. I don't remember enough about it.
I will throw this one to the chat because I don't remember enough. I'm in between real awesome and fuckable. I'm going to say probably fuckable, but we'll throw it to you guys because I don't remember very well either. And by the way, the winner of the Who Would Win in a Bare Knuckles No Weapons fight is John Wick, 79 to 21%.
God damn.
I lost that one.
You gotta root for those movies that just came out.
So hard.
Because I mean, I'm telling you, if a new Jason Bourne movie comes out, it might be a little closer. But no, I agree. Well, I don't see it on your. I don't know. I can't see all of your list. Did you put The Conjuring on there for possession movies?
Yeah, it's in there. It's in there. Right. So that one will be a part of it. So I'm putting that one to the poll for you guys to answer for us. Back to a vampire one. Interview with a vampire. Sakalaka-baka-boo.
Okay. The one where Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise almost fucked. We almost had a Brokeback Mountain on the vampire situation way before Jake Gyllenhaal took it up the butthole. I will put this as an all-timer just because I will. Okay, and let me explain why. You have powerhouses like Antonio Banderas, you have Brad Pitt, you have Christian Slater at the height of his popularity, and you have one of the best action heroes of all time in Tom Cruise. You also have, like, my face is kind of messed up and weird, Kirsten Dunst, but that's fine. You have a really great cast. And, I mean, based on the book, they did leave things out, but I feel like they did a really, really good job adapting the novel to the screen. And I got to be honest, man, the first time I watched this movie, I never got bored. And I really always, and I remember as a youngin', I got scared when Tom Cruise came back and he pulled himself from the fucking swamp and he was like sitting there playing the piano and he's all fucked up and he smells like, a possum's asshole. And it's like scary. That's like a really intense moment. That scared me, man. Yeah. I give it an all-timer. I just think there's a lot of cool things about that movie that, it's got drama, it's got action, it's got mystery. I like it a lot.
I'm of the real awesome camp, so I will also throw this one to a vote. I'll give the other one a second to throw it in there. I think all the things you do about it. I just don't think it ever like reached fucking like.
Who do you think the hottest vampire in that movie is, though? No,
vampire.
First thought.
Vampire. Well, Antonio Banderas probably. No,
you think so? I think Brad Pitt was the hottest.
Yeah, it's possible. Like it's hard. There's just those three in general in real life. It's hard.
Yeah,
I think
Brad Pitt. I think so.
In that level too. I'll put this one to the vote for you guys in a second. Meanwhile, let's jump over to. Well, since we just did this one, I do remember this one quite well. Last Exorcism Part 2.
That's how I felt when I drank that Four Loko. I looked exactly like that. I wanted to do that.
That's how I feel when I go to Chipotle and I get the hot sauce and I shit blood into the toilet. This one sucks my butt.
That's like when you run into an ex-girlfriend and she wants a hug and you're trying to avoid it. You're like, no, I'll shake your head. I'll shake your head.
I don't know if you remember this one, but we saw this in the theater when it came out and we were both like, oh god, why?
I bet so, yeah.
It's bad.
I think I agree.
Yeah. We got to get one in there to just wrangle it out, to fill it out. Let me go to the poll and see what you guys said. Is Last Exorcism, the original one, fuckable or real awesome? And the answer is fuckable, 72% to 28%. That movie
it was so high on the fuckable list. I wonder if a lot of people really would like, well, I didn't get the option to say sucks my butt, Steve. Because didn't this movie do, I don't think it did well.
It did well enough to get a sequel.
I know. I mean, it made money, but I don't think it did well in critical response. I know I talked like critics. What did it get on Rotten Tomatoes? It doesn't matter. I'm just saying I don't think the audience liked it very much either.
That's a good question. I think this one was like, these movies are always like either hated or kind of loved.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say for sure. Last Exorcism got a 72% fresh on the critic score.
Ooh.
Ready for this? 35% rotten.
Okay, that's score. And our audience is the audience score. So I bet they want to put it in the sucks my butt, Steve. They want to have her taste the Steve juices of the anus, and we didn't give them that option.
Yeah, I got strong. So let me throw Interview with the Vampire in the poll. Interview with Vampire inside of my ass.
God, it's so crazy. That movie came out forever. Isn't it crazy how much of a disconnect still exists on Rotten Tomatoes of like the critic score and the audience score? Like if you look at Super Mario Brothers, like apparently audiences fucking love it and the critics hate it.
Well,
it's so crazy, and it's like a big deal. I mean, it's like 90+% people love that movie, and then it's like I think it's still rotten on the critical response.
Well, and it's weird too, because in my old age, like the older I get, I almost hate to admit this, but I don't, because Rotten Tomatoes now is no longer just like critics from like Variety and shit. Now it's like they got the YouTubers in there. We're still not good enough for it, but they've got like podcasters and YouTubes and regular folk in there. And I find myself more often than not kind of agreeing. I don't know if it's just I'm jaded because I'm watching so many movies, but I actually find myself more often than not agreeing with the critic scores over the audience scores with stuff. So that's
you're a sellout corporate whore. Is what you are.
Like it.
No, I like it's weird for me. I guess maybe I move in the opposite. If I see a movie that has a really high audience score, I'm gonna watch it. If the critic score is low, I'm gonna be like, I'll probably enjoy it. I'll probably like it because it doesn't have, if it's not got messaging in it or whatever, then I'll bet you $1 million that's why the audience loved it.
Speaking of which, dude, they just released this movie called Nefarious, right? And the trailer is very primal fear. This guy's got to go in. He's on death row, and he's saying he's possessed by a demon, and the guy's got to prove that he is. But when you look it up, the trailer looks all right. Then you look up who directed it, and it's by the director of like those Christian films, like God's Not Dead and shit like that. So I thought, I'm not watching it because it's a hidden message movie, like not the woke stuff, but like the Christian stuff. And I thought that, and I read a review for it, and it's like they wait until the very end of the movie, and then all of a sudden they start talking about like abortion, and they start talking about like all these like hot button issue topics, and it's a super like messagey like Christian movie, and I was like, yeah, I'm fucking out. Like,
I'm the same way with anything like that. If you're gonna put political messaging in at all, like I don't give a fuck if it's Christian or left leaning goddamn ideology or whatever the fuck you're saying. Suck my ass. I'm going to the movie theater. But it's unfortunate because if a director is leaning that way, I just wish they would take their politics out of a fucking movie. Just take your goddamn politics out of a movie and make a good fucking movie.
A movie can be political, but if you're trying to strong arm a message, that's different.
The one that did it the best, the master of success as far as like doing a great job at messaging and making a point and then not going overboard and shoving it down your fucking throat like a cop.
Say it with me.
George Romero.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah. George Romero. George Romero. 100%. George Romero made a great, awesome points in not only Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and Day of the Dead, but he didn't do it with a jackhammer, like forcing it down your throat and be like, suck this shit, bitch.
You didn't do that. Always have to fuck her hard.
Yeah, it's stupid. I don't know. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Going to the poll. Back to the story of Interview with the Vampire. You guys say they agree with you again. All timer, 64% to 36%.
It's just there's just too much hotness. You know, there's a lot of girls out there and guys that love that hotness. There's too much hotness baked into one movie. You got to put it in the all timer.
It is sexy. It's definitely sexy for sure. There's no doubt about that. Let me see here. Okay. We talked about this for a little bit. Very underrated.
I think so, 100%. Yeah, it was one of those few rare instances where I was like enjoying myself watching it, like eating popcorn, like fuck yeah, awesome. At the very end of the movie, in the morgue, and the lights go up, Mike was like fucking scared. I'm like, this never happens.
It got me.
This is like a fucking what if in Marvel.
And
I was enjoying. I loved it, dude. I thought it was like just the right amount of action and then horror, but it blended so well. And I love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And he was the dad in it. Yeah, man. Yeah. I put this as a real awesome movie.
I'm with you on that shit, son. That's a real awesome movie. Yeah, like if you guys go back and watch this kind of came as a fly by night, oh my god, whatever movie, and nobody gave a fuck about it. But again, like Jay was saying, we watched this together. It's scary. One scene in particular when they're in that hospital or the morgue and the lights are flashing, just like that. I was like, no. Fucked with me really bad. So
I like how I like that. I think you had like Mike's got like some kind of forum poster. It says no, blow it back up. It says look at the top of the light. It says Das Nickel Der. Like Das Nickel in Der. Das Nickel in Der. It goes, great talk. No, it wasn't.
It's a straight rip off of Drag Me to Hell, the poster, by the way. It's like almost the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But we have our first real monsters.
Yeah, we're gonna actually. You said we might get hate for something that might get us some hate because I think a lot of people did not like that movie.
Yeah, this is a tough one too. How about this guy right here? Oh, I like to smack people at the Oscars, but I am a dog owner. I Am Legend.
It's tough. I can't judge him for being chained down by a bald bitch that just tells him how to feel. I can't do that. I'm just gonna say I am.
Go say that on Twitter, Jay. Go say it on Twitter for me.
Oh, I would love to do it. I would totally do it. I get bored. If people are like constantly, I'd be like, dude, I got nothing to do except fucking roast you. So I'll have
real
fun.
Recognize real. I can call people bald because I'm fucking bald.
I'm balding. So guess what? I got privilege, bitch. Recognize it.
Pancake back here.
I got privilege.
Derek said, you know what Derek said? He said the back of my head looks like someone threw a piece of bologna on it and just let it sit for a couple years.
Damn, dude. Like, I mean, I thought you and Derek were friends.
I know he's a piece of shit. I hope he gets chlamydia, and he probably will. But
based on his track record, I'm sure.
Exactly.
But anyway, I will say I Am Legend. I mean, pulling out Will Smith's pussy ass attitude, I think I Am Legend is a real awesome movie. I think it's a really, really good. Well, I mean, I could fall into fuckable, but I mean, I'm just saying, real awesome. Just the fact that, listen, that movie, I've watched it several times. It's very emotional. It's scary. It's got a lot of cool action moments in it, and he does a great job with the material. Well, could it have been better from the source material? 100%. But I still feel like, for the time and what they did, I feel like it was a better Book of Eli, and I really liked Book of Eli.
Yeah, I did not like Book of Eli, but I do.
I know you didn't.
This one. That it is real awesome because it was entertaining. It was like 28 Days Later, except for the whole movie took place in the first act, and it was Will Smith hunting vampires. The cool idea of him trying to find a cure alone, the dog, the vampires were cool. There's some neat scenes in it. It was a little bit commercial, like, and a little bit.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
And like the ending, they kind of flubbed. Did you hear they're doing a sequel to this, and they're actually going off of. They're going
the
off the alternate ending, which is ballsy. I like it.
Well, and the alternate ending to that movie was I got to be honest. I kind of like the alternate ending a little bit better than what we got because I don't like the narcissistic bullshit. Not narcissistic. I'm sorry. The nihilistic ending that they gave us in the theater. I think I don't like that kind of shit.
Yeah, it's dark in my undercrusts. What? Just what did I mean? I didn't. What? How?
Your butt crust is what you're talking about.
We got an easy one here.
Is that my ex-wife? What is she doing on the screen? Hey, listen, that is my ex-wife 1000% when she had 3 goblets of wine and everyone was an enemy then. Look, if she had 3 goblets of wine, she would start out normal. Like she'd start out like very sweet looking. And then all of a sudden she would turn to me and look at me like that and be like, yeah. I'm going to kill everybody. And it was exactly that look.
That is what your NCAA brackets look like when there's an upset. Just like you go to say, like, how am I doing it? It's like, it's just that fucking face.
That's probably upper level senior management at Bud Light right now.
That's
who do I fire?
That's your bank account after Christmas. Like, oh, this looks
I
good.
think that's, you know what? They should just use that face for the IRS.
I don't think there's any question. This is the all-timer of all-timers, right?
Yeah,
like
100%.
Go
like without that movie, all the other possession movies that came after it would never be. Yeah, move that. Yeah, I like that.
You get in there.
Listen, and Mike and I have gone on record, and I'll still say it to this day, and I always will say it, and Mike will as well. I'm assuming the scariest movie of all time. Scariest fucking movie of all time. And it's shot so well and it's so beautiful of a film, really. I mean, it really is a magical, awesome film that they did such a good job with. But it's scary as fuck. Like, it's super scary.
What is that? Who stole my picture?
Damn.
Oh, dude. Oh God, that totally fucking reminds me. You know what happened to me this morning? Like this was me this morning when I woke up. So like I woke up. I woke up and Katie and I had a few races last night, right? So yeah, I woke up and I was like, fuck it. I'm too lazy to even make fucking coffee right now. Like I need to. So I scoot on out of the house. I'm just gonna drive to Starbucks and hit up Burger King, get some breakfast, right?
What'd you
Scoot on
get?
out of the house. Didn't even make it to fucking Burger King.
You vomited?
No. I wasn't even that. I wasn't that bad. Like I was just like, tired.
Nasty feeling, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't grab my wallet. I just swiped. There was a credit card on the foyer table. I just swiped it, put it in my pocket, got in the truck, and was just like half asleep.
What is that? What do you mean? How do you so you went into the restaurant just to swipe it to order?
No. When I was leaving my house, like I took the card. I haven't made it out of the house yet. So I grabbed my card.
Oh, okay. I get you. Okay. I thought you swiped it somewhere. Okay, I get you.
No, got in the truck. Okay. And so I got in the truck and I'm driving, and our neighborhood, like our neighborhood, there's that stop sign that's just completely fucking pointless. It's just
random. It's a random one.
You can see it. Everyone rolls through it all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm just driving.
I think I hit a kid on a bicycle once, but I just kept going.
Yeah. It's a great place to hit kids with bicycles.
No big deal.
Like, and I'm just half asleep, and I look in my fucking rearview, dude, and there's this SUV, this big black SUV with all these fucking cop lights going crazy behind me.
Oh shit, dude. Yeah, I bet your asshole fell.
Oh, I fucking
dude, you had an 80-year-old asshole.
In my mind, I was like, I don't know how long it's even been following me because I was paying such little attention because it's a residential neighborhood. There's not a lot going on.
Fucking lucky, yeah.
I thought I was speeding, so I pull over. I'm thinking he's gonna drive past me. The motherfucker did not, and I blocked someone's driveway when I pulled over. Like I just
trying to avoid arrest. I'm gonna do the most obvious thing and fucking park at an angle.
Oh, dude, I was so fucking tired. Like literally, my eyes had been open for a total of 4.5 minutes at this fucking point.
Yeah.
So this dude gets out. And he's so fucking pissed. Dude, he gets out and he's not even dressed as a cop. He's wearing like workout shit. Like he's got like one of those like Under Armour long sleeve things, and he's kind of a tiny guy, sort of tiny a little bit. Gets out of his truck, he's holding his walkie-talkie. He runs up to my fucking window and he goes, "You know why I pulled you over today?" And I was like, "I honestly don't, sir. No." And he's like, "You just drove right past that fucking stop sign." He's like,
"So what? Go work out."
He was like, "You didn't even stop." And I was like, "Oh shit, really?" And he was like, "License and registration right now."
Man.
And I was like, then I went to look and I was like, "Oh, you want that? I don't have it." I was like, I opened my glove box and there was like, dude, a tumbleweed rolled out of my glove box. It was like
liar. I have unpaid parking tickets.
Yeah. Be gentle. I had nothing. I didn't have my wallet. I had my insurance card. Didn't have my fucking registration. Nothing. And I'm like, "Man, I don't have it." He's like, "So you mean to tell me you're just rolling around here driving past stop signs? You don't even have your license. You don't have your registration. Like, our pets' heads are falling off." I was like,
"Yeah."
And I was so tired, dude. I was just like, I understand. I was like, "Stop yelling." I was like, "I understand." I understand what you're saying. And I was like, I just woke up. I was just going to get some coffee. And I was like, I didn't even think about it. I was like,
he probably thought you were a fucking bitch ass fucking Neil Karen. It's like, I hate these motherfuckers. Stop signs don't apply to me when I'm going to Starbucks.
Immediately, dude, all the TikTok videos I watched started running in my head, and I wanted to be like, "Sir, what crime have I committed?" And say shit.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't.
No. I was just like hands on the steering wheel. I was like, "Please don't fucking So, and then the next thing I know, dude, 2 more cop cars pull up behind me.
They always do, yeah.
And lights, everything. And I'm in my neighborhood like, God, this is fucking embarrassing. They all pull up behind me. And then I start going, shit, I hope that alcohol's not still in my system from
That's
last night.
Problem right there. Yep.
Yeah. And
because a lot of people don't know this, by the way, just to interrupt here. If you guys don't know, if you guys are of the drinking age that you do partake in imbibing, the next day you could still technically be charged with DUI if you don't get enough rest and enough water in your system.
Yeah.
If that alcohol is still in your system and you're driving, you're fucked. So here's the bad thing. You're going to go to jail without having any of the benefits of being numb. You're going to be hung over with a headache and the blood alcohol level is going to be high.
Yeah, dude, I'm dressed like shit. I'm wearing basketball shorts. So I'm like, I can't go to jail like this. So like, and I was pretty sure I was okay. I wasn't really worried about it. It did creep into my mind though. And then the other cops pulled, and he walks away and he goes, He's like, oh, he's disgusted with me. He's like, oh, God damn it. And he walks, and I hear him telling, he's like, I'll see you back at the station. So I think he's like the captain or like the chief, and he was just like out enjoying a jog or some shit and saw some asshole fucking like just drop. And he was like, what the fuck?
Well, he didn't have to act like Kyle Reese from Terminator 1. That stopping you was stopping Skynet.
I literally, dude, I actually like he was actually being the Karen in this situation because he was yelling and I literally had to be like, dude, I understand. I was tired. I didn't even realize I missed the stop signs. Like, so you live here? I was like, I live right over there. I was like, I didn't think about it. So I did this. I went, I understand. And then the dude walks up and the other guy walks up and he's got the full fucking vest on and all the shit. And he walks up.
I'd be that guy. I like that shit. I'd wear the vest
he's looking in the back of my windows and shit. And I've got my gym bag, which is like, it's a camo gym bag. So I'm like, probably think I have like guns in there or some shit in the back seat. And then the other guy walks up and he leaves and he goes, hey, how's it going, man? I was like, good. I was like, I have to have my wife text me the insurance card because I don't have it. He was like, oh, that's fine. He was like, yeah, technology's great. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, honestly, she's going to fucking probably be more mad at me than that guy was. And he laughed and I gave it to him and he goes, all right, man, have a great day, dude. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah, we'll see you, dude. Have a great one. But they scared the fuck out of me because he took the insurance and he went back to the car and they were back there for like 10 fucking minutes. And I'm like, what is taking so long? I'm pretty sure I don't have any goddamn warrants. And I drove for like 2 years with no insurance. So it's nice to like have your shit together and be like, I'm good. Unless there's a dead hooker back there that I don't know about. But dude, they opened the trunk before they came up to the window. He took my phone with him, and then they opened the trunk, and they're back there digging through shit. I'm like, are they getting out the fucking AKs? Like, what the fuck is going on right now? I started to shit my pants, and I was like, is there something I don't know about? Am I wanted for a murder that I probably committed but thought I got away with it? And then he just walks up, he's like, have a good day, man. Don't worry about it. And I was like, really? This is nice. You guys are nice. These are nice fucking cops. That guy was a dick. You guys are cool, but technically I'm the dick because I ran the stop sign and I understand, but it was a weird way to start my day, dude.
Yeah. I mean, other than, Folgers in your cup, you almost had a dick in your butt that morning. But here's the thing about it. Like so many people don't realize that if you're drinking heavy the night before, or even whatever, and you go to bed late and you wake up and you don't get a lot of sleep and you drive, you're still technically drunk. If they pull you over and I can't believe they didn't smell that on you. If you didn't fucking take a shower, I think you probably were fucking beaming like alcohol.
I'm pretty sure it was just hot, bad breath. Because I mean, I did get a sleep, and like I was just, it was more tired than hungover because I just didn't get my 6 hours. But like, yeah,
I remember I stayed at your house at one. I'm not gonna get into everything, but I remember one time I stayed at your house and I was driving with April, and I was driving home, and I pulled over at that gas station. I was like, I'm fucking still drunk. And she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah, I feel it. And then she's like, all right, well, what do you, I was like, I'm just gonna let you drive because I can't fucking drive at all. Like, I can't. Like, I knew I could probably drive home and be fine, but I still felt like, you know how you feel like if you had like 3 beers and you're kind of buzzed? Yeah. That's how I felt. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just gonna fall asleep. But yeah, man, it's always, dude, it's the, I can't believe that you drove for 2 years without getting, I drove for 3 months without getting pulled over without insurance. And then what they do now is they deactivate your tags. So I got
pulled over without insurance like 7 times.
Well, he didn't let me go. This fucking cop, dude, I was at a Mexican restaurant and I had 2 tall boys, like I call them Viking drinks. I drank 2 of those and I was on a date.
So technically 6 beers.
I did like 2 beers.
Like I had 2. It's like
they're like, and they're Michelob Ultra. They're like light. They're light.
A liter.
But no, it wasn't that big deal. I had 2 tall of those. And this cop, I saw him, the Mexican restaurant's next to a Walmart. He pulled around. I saw him too when I was coming out. He had already tagged me. He waited for me to get in my fucking car. And then he pulled out in front of me and got behind me and hit his lights. And I was telling that girl, I was like, I'm going to jail. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm going to jail. I was like, they're going to smell the fucking alcohol. It's 100%. I'm going to jail. They're going to be like, hey, how much you drink? I have to be honest. Like, I had a lot. I didn't really have a lot though. And then he was like, hey, you don't have an insurance on your car? I was like, no. Did I don't. He's like, yeah, you don't. You don't have insurance. I was like, well, I guess I'm fucked then, huh? And he's like, yeah, pretty much. You're fucked. And he's like, so what you need to do is get out of the car. Or he's like, you could stay in the car until the tow truck comes. And then the girl I was on a date was so fucking stupid. She's like, so I've got a license with insurance. Can I drive this car? And he's like,
we're towing this bitch.
I know. I could say her name, but I'm not going to. He's like, no, because you don't own the car. You don't have insurance that carries over just because you get behind the steering wheel.
Yeah.
You're stupid. So I got out, and I'm lucky I didn't get arrested, but he did tow my fucking car, and that was another 100. But I'm just glad I didn't get the DUI on top of it. But yeah, dude, that's some scary shit. Yeah, it's like that NBC, The More You Know, or I don't know if it's NBC. If you drink the night before, make sure you're fucking sober when you drive.
It's good. It's not bad advice.
It really is. I mean, people don't think about the shit like that. Like, oh, I wouldn't drive while I'm fucking hammered, obviously, but the next morning you can still be hammered.
It crossed my mind, no doubt about it. So anyway, sorry for that completely pointless story of which there was no exciting.
Well, you were possessed by the devil of alcohol right there.
Yeah,
you need some Christian church.
I got fucking lucky, dude. Fright night, of course. I mean, technically, I was kind of sitting there full of myself because I was like, "Give me a fucking ticket, I'll pay it."
Like, dude, I'm glad if you had been an asshole, like, give me a ticket, bro. I'm on my way to Starbucks. You've been fucked.
I wasn't like when I used to get pulled over, like when I wasn't sure, like you get those like so I was poor for a real long time. I'm not rich, but I was like poor for a long time. So when you're poor and you get pulled over, you just start assuming like, oh man, I probably have like 7 non-insurances and a fucking parking ticket I didn't pay, and I'm screwed right now. But like I was sitting there like, no, my shit's together. I'm good. And then I didn't have any of my shit. I was like, oh fuck. But anyways, all right. So
I'm poor right now, but I don't want to go to jail.
Like, well, no, I'm poor. Like, but I'm not like poor like I was then poor. Like, you know what I mean? Like, can't.
Yeah, if you don't know how your next bill's going to come, but yeah, I mean, if you were an asshole, dude, if you had gone, if you had been complete Darren, you'd be fucked. Because then they would have really investigated you. They'd be like, let's let him step out of the vehicle, and then that whiff of fucking odor.
Yeah.
Ooh, dude.
I'm glad I didn't wake and bake. I never do, but I'm glad I didn't today.
Oh yeah, that would have been a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, but they'd probably been like, you're the 7th guy today that we've caught smoking weed in his car. Friday night's an all-timer, right? I mean, that's
yeah. And speaking of the cop that pulled you over, I'm sure his face looked like that in the clouds. Yeah.
Doesn't look like my rearview mirror. That got out all fucking hyped up, dude. He's like, you son, I can't believe you ran that fucking stop sign. I was like, I'm sorry, Steve.
I would have probably, if I were off the clock, that's probably why I wouldn't make a good cop. If I'm on my way to the fucking gym and I got my Hurley on or whatever, and I'm wearing that, I don't give a fuck that you got you like, if there was a kid crossing in front of you and you almost hit him, then maybe I'd get pissed. But if you just like kind of rolled through it, I'd be like,
he was offended. He was deeply offended. Katie made a good point because I was like, oh, I think he was like the captain or some shit. Like just the way he talked to the other officers. And she was like, no, she was like, I bet you just got pulled over by a fucking neighborhood watch douchebag. And I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't think about that. Like, what if I did? She's like, that's why he had to call the real police. I was like, but he had the whole grill going and like all that.
Yeah, he probably was a cop. I mean, I would imagine if he were just a neighborhood guy, the cops wouldn't have listened to him. He probably had a bad sexual experience the night before and he was pissed.
Yeah, he was not happy.
Maybe he was going to the gym that early. He'd be like, I'm going to work off some fucking aggression because I hate my wife. But yeah, as far as Fright Night goes, I put that in an old timer as well.
Yeah, that's where it gotta go. And I do gotta give a shout out to the Versailles Police Department here where we live. I've been pulled over twice, and they've both, other than that guy, which again I was kind of the dick in that situation, so I understand. But the cops here are fucking nice. The cops in Winchester, where we're from, they would have probably fucking waterboarded me.
Well, dude, Winchester's where I had my 45-minute encounter with cops. That's the one literally in my driveway where they all but anal raped me to figure out that I wasn't an escaped felon from Irvin.
I'm used to them just pulling out the fucking glove and being like, all right, boys, let's do this thing.
It literally took, I when I was pulled over in my driveway, by the way, it took 45 fucking minutes for them to let me go. And it took a detective, by the way, there was 5 fucking cop cars in front of my house. It took a detective to be like, man, he's like, man, you're good. Whatever. You got your registration tags are expired. I'm like, what the fuck? 45 minutes.
But to be fair, your vehicle did match the description of a known felon.
No,
and you had a
my face matched the description of a felon. That's what it was. Well, not my car. No, it wasn't my car. The guy said when he came up, he was like, oh, you look like
this motherfucker on America's Most Wanted.
No, that's what he said. He said, you look like a felon that just escaped. And I'm like, bitch, I'm wearing a polo with a collared shirt with a sweater over it. I look like I'm going to go to the golf course, not go rob a bank. What the fuck? And the guy, dude, the sheriff, this little dude, they're always short, little fucking goddamn Napoleon Bonaparte, like small dick energy. He came up to me the city cop had already asked me all this question. The sheriff guy comes up and he's like asking me the same questions in a more of aggressive way. And he's like, oh, so you were at your dad's, huh? You were at your dad's at 11 a.m. You were at your dad's. I'm like, yeah, I went and visited my dad. My parents are divorced. I lived with my grandparents. And he was like, so if I called your dad right now, he's going to tell me that you were with him. And like, he was like Hulk Hogan. I'm like, yeah, he was. He said, what's your dad look like? I was like, look, he looks like me. But I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't have a picture of him. And he's like, all right, you got guns? Does he have guns? I was like, he might have guns. I don't know. I don't live with him. And he's like, okay. Well, again, if I called him, he's going to say you were there. And then I started dialing on my phone because they hadn't, and he's like, the guy that was like, oh, he's dialing. He grabs my phone out of my fucking hand and it's dialing my dad. And he's like, hello? Yeah, I got your son pulled over. And he wasn't talking to him.
I'm going to fuck him.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, cops can be really bad. They can be good, but goddamn, man. Yeah, you got to watch your situations.
Yeah. Thankfully, my experiences here have been with nice cops, but I had some rough ones in Winchester, no doubt about it. Hey, how you feel about old Dracula?
I'm gonna put that down.
It's a piece of shit.
Yeah, dude. Suck my butt, Steve. Suck my butt,
I hate that fucking movie. I
hate it too. I never liked that movie, and I rented it back in the day when it was still fresh and new. I'm like, dude, this is gonna be a good movie. It's got Keanu Goodness Reeves and Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder, and it was fucking garbage, hot ass garbage.
You and me are gonna eat shit for this one.
Why?
People are gonna fucking hate us. People love this fucking movie. They
what?
Love it. Yes.
Where the fuck did I wake up on Captain Fuckatoid?
I hate this fucking movie.
I thought this movie sucked ass.
Let's do it. Hey, this. We can do whatever we want to.
Are you guys serious? Do people like this movie?
People fucking adore this movie, man.
It's boring as shit. It's not. There's nothing.
I hate it. I can't get through it. I think it's so fucking bad.
I can't believe that. I thought people would be on our side.
I say, is the castle far? Like, I don't like it one bit.
Dude, the most memorable thing that happened in that movie is Gary Oldman licking the fucking razor blade that Keanu Reeves. He's like, yeah, that was it. That's what I remember. It was boring.
My wife loves it. I told her, I was like, hey, every time I try to watch this movie, it's just, I feel like I'm just watching some old fucking principal try to fuck. Like, it's all about him trying to fuck. I was like, I don't care if this old dude gets fucking laid or not. Like, let's go. Like, is he gonna
it's like watching a fucking Broadway play that's really boring that someone just filmed.
Yeah. I think it's
like, oh, okay, well, they got to move the set pieces here, so we got 5 minutes.
We just gave Dracula Sucks My Butt, Steve, just so you know. Bram Stoker's. Yeah, I know. We're gonna eat shit for that until the day we die. Hey, let's talk about a good vampire movie though. How about this motherfucker right here?
That's some sexy right there. Are you talking about Blade 1?
Oh, Blade 1, yeah, for sure. 1.
Yeah, it's
the other two.
It's number 1. Get it up there.
All time.
I mean, I could play. Listen, I could play around with Real Awesome, but I gotta give it over the hill for all timer. Just the fact that it was the first MCU movie that really set the standard for what Marvel movies could be. It's an all timer.
It's an all timer. Put him up there. Put him up there. Some motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill.
In case you haven't noticed, we ain't exactly the Macho Dons.
I love when he gets with those cop shoes like, motherfucker, are you out your damn mind?
That's a bad. He's like, I do that. I like when he got like serious and he's like, there's another world beneath it. And sometimes you have to learn to pull the trigger. It's like, whoo! I like that part too, where they were spying on the vampire or the cop, the familiar, and he finally comes back. He's like, nobody's that stupid to come back, and he comes back and he's like, yeah.
Is this Wesley Snipes' best movie? That's
no,
tough.
Maybe. There was things out tonight than vampires. Like what? Like me.
I'm gonna go and say I think this.
It might be. It might be because I mean people will call us stupid for saying that Mark Wahlberg's best movie is Rockstar because you've got Fear, and then you've got the sniper movie, right? The Lone Survivor.
Yeah. Or like The Fighter is a great movie, not because of him.
But we've always
like a silverback fucking gorilla.
Mark Wahlberg for us has always been Rockstar. I think Rockstar like hits on all of his acting abilities. I think he's perfect in Rockstar. I don't think there's a better part for him, period. Just like I don't think there's a better part for Wesley Snipes than Blade.
Yeah, he fucking ruled in this, man. How about Constantine or titties here? This one's gonna be fuckable for me.
Dude, I'm gonna tell you what, I love Constantine. I've always loved it. I mean, I know it's not great. I'm gonna put it in real awesome. I can bring it down to fuckable, but I'm gonna put it in real awesome because I think it's real awesome.
Let's real monsters. Real monsters. Constantine, we'll put it to the chat then because I think it's fuckable. I do like it a lot more than I used to. I rewatched it recently and I was like, this is actually way better.
I think Shia LaBeouf did a good job in that movie. Honestly, I think he did a really good job with his sidekick, with his like taxi cab driver thing. Yeah, I just feel like and I also think that Keanu Reeves did a good job. He was like, when the girl from The Mummy is like, I don't believe in the devil. He's like, well, you should because he believes in you. I thought it was cool, man. And then he like has that moment in front of the Virgin Mary's lights are going out. Then he does that fucking flame thing. I thought it was cool shit.
I loved it when he tried to flicked off the devil when Jesus is pulling in. He's like,
dude, tell me, you know what we should have a tier list of? The best devils ever represented in film, because that guy in Constantine would be up there.
Yeah, no, that's a good point too, for sure. Let me see here. I'm going back to the chat for a second while we go through these a little bit. Oh, my battery died. Hang on one sec.
Mike's face is frozen. I'm like, I might do it. I don't know. How much money you got? I'll suck that tip. If you got the right coin for me. If you ain't got the right coin, I ain't gonna soak it. Okay. I have to only worry about my internet being shitty because I have a cheap ass webcam.
Aha!
I did have that web battery. I had a camera similar though, but the batteries are always a bitch.
Oh my god, I gotta pee. I gotta pee, dude. It just hit me. Okay. I gotta pee really bad.
We'll go pee.
I'll pee. While I'm gone, can you grab a couple super chitty titties?
Yeah, I will. Where are we at?
Let me see here. I'm gonna scoot on back a little bit.
Go on, scoot it back. Scoot it back. It's all right.
Scoot on back just a touch. Gary at 8:33.
Okay. Hold on 1 second. Hey, by the way, thank you guys so much. There's so many super chats. You guys are fucking awesome.
Woo!
Yeah, we try to do our best. We try to do our best, get on time with everything, but you know, things happen. We both have ADD, ADHD, whatever the fuck you want to call it. And okay, who was it?
Gary at 8:33.
All right, Gary. All right, I got him. All right.
I'll be right back. Big titties, suck them.
Suck them and titties.
Yeah, boy.
Gary says, with a fantastical that looks like Willem Dafoe as your profile picture, says, what do you think about a bodysuit with VR that lets you feel every punch while playing against each other on Street Fighter? Lol. Well, you know, to be honest with you, Gary, I think it's going to happen anyway. Ready Player One, which I think is a great movie, pretty much gives you the blueprints of what the future is going to look like with VR in about 20 years. I think you're going to have exactly that. I mean, you're going to have with VR, you're going to have an experience where you actually go into the world of the simulation and you experience things, a bodysuit that you put on, and you can feel like stings or whatever if you're shot or hit or punched or whatever. Yeah, I'd be fine with that. As far as like being like doing it on Street Fighter, I don't think I would use Street Fighter as my test game because I don't want to get my fucking face beat in. But I'm not good at that game. But yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think it's going to happen. Gary McDonald. Also, thank you so much, by the way, Gary. Says, hi, Mike and Jay. Do you know if we'll get the special features? Just wanted to know if you know, I know we got the special features. Because when Scream 5 came out, I know us are getting an 1 hour special. Gary, I will let Mike answer that, and it's a 8:38 question. Gary McDonald. I'll let him know. I don't know anything about Scream 5 special features or any shit like that. So I'll let him answer that question. But thank you so much, Gary. Awesome of you. Michael Parton says, I feel bad for what they did to Darkseid. In which I feel like they did a pretty good job in the Zack Snyder cut. I feel like they represented Darkseid pretty well. I think he was a badass, and I would have loved to have seen how they evolved that character under the tutelage of Zack Snyder. But if you're talking about in the future. I don't really know, Michael, what you're like. He wasn't more of a standout villain. Are you saying that? But I do agree. Darkseid is a major villain in the film, and I don't think that the Joss Whedon, I don't give a fuck about movies except for Avengers and Buffy, was the wrong choice. Anyway, I don't remember what they did to him. I might be reading your question wrong, but Jordan Cruz says, thank you so much, Jordan. Have you all heard about Ramble On? Same creator as Entourage, trying to get it made. Over 40 plus, the same cast and crew as Entourage. Love y'all, boys. Thank you so much, Jordan. Love you back. I don't know anything about that. I've gone, admit it here. I've never seen Entourage. I've never watched Entourage. I don't guess I've ever had any desire to watch it. It never resonated with me in any particular way. So I don't know. Might know a little bit more about that, but let me just tag these. Jordan and I'm sorry, this is so unprofessional. Gary. Jordan and Gary. Okay. So I'll let Mike answer those. Mercutio80 says, Jay, Rocksteady was working on a Superman game, but it was canceled because of the merger with Discovery. Well, now that sucks a big old ding dong from Donkey Kong, doesn't it? Because that would have been a great relationship, I suppose. I think that Rocksteady already have obviously a proven track record with doing great work with a DC character in Batman. So Rocksteady would have been a really good. Dude, fuck. Have Rocksteady do the Superman game and not Suicide kill the Justice League. Stupid, but okay. They didn't want to do it. Colton Candler, thank you so much, sir. Says, sup, boys? Evil Dead is right around the corner. Can't wait. What was y'all's thoughts on the Blue Beetle trailer? I thought it was meh. Much love. Yeah, I watched the Blue Beetle trailer. Personally, Jaime is a cool. I do like Jaime. I think he's a great character. I think Blue Beetle is a cool character. And the suit looked good in the trailer itself, but I don't know, man. I just didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that Blue Beetle couldn't be a good DC, new universe character, but if you're trying to make him like Iron Man and the Tony, it's not going to work. Blue Beetle is definitely. There's so many other characters. Good God, dude. Blue Beetle is the last fucking guy I would imagine that DC would have gone after and fucking made any kind of movie with. But anyway, hey, all right. So I got all the way down to Colton. I couldn't answer. There's two of them I couldn't answer. They're more for you than for me. For Gary McDonald, and then for after that one, it's going to be Jordan Cruz.
Okay, those are the two.
Yeah.
And then where'd you get to after that?
After that, I got down to Colton at 851. Okay. All right.
Cool bones. Gary said, "Hey, Mike and Jay, do you know if we'll get the special features? Just wanted to know if you know. I know we got the special features because when Scream 5 came out, I know us getting one with special features. I don't know, honestly. Like, I'm really interested. And when I interviewed Guy Busick, the screenwriter, it was one of the questions I had. I had so many fucking questions for him, you guys, that I did not get to. But one of them was like, do you think is there a lot of shit you guys filmed for 6 that was going to be on the special features? I didn't get to that. Because his answers were so well thought out and whatever. But like, I don't know what the special feature is going to entail. I know that it's coming out in April on digital and then later on physical. But I do know this. I'm very excited for that to come out on digital because I'm going to buy it. And then if there's special features, I'm definitely going to do a fucking video on it and then also do a commentary for it. So that's going to be a good ass time. But I wish I knew, dude. I just don't. I don't know, Stephen, unfortunately. But thank you, Gary. I do appreciate it, man. Jordan said, have y'all heard about Ramble On? Same creator as Entourage trying to get it made. Over 40 plus the same cast and crew as Entourage. Oh, dude, I did not know about that. What the fuck, dude? That'd be amazing. I heard Ari Gold was trying to get an or Jeremy Piven was trying to get an Ari Gold spinoff going. But I guess his career's like, there's been a bunch of cancellation stuff. I don't know what it all entails involving him. So I don't know if that'll happen. But if they do them now, like, That would be so cool, man. Entourage, if you guys have not seen it, I've been trying to get Jay to watch Entourage for years. That show is so good and it's so fun and it's so interesting. I will watch the shit out of that. I need a new show too. I do, because Ted Lasso's about to be over with. I just finished Shrinking. That was an amazing show. If you guys have not got a chance to watch Shrinking. But I'm very excited in me butt for that. And he got to Colton, which means that we are down at, where the fuck are you, Colton? Where are you, son of a bitch? I love you, Colton. I can't find you. I can't find you. Where the fuck is Colton at? Sorry, guys. I'm scrolling. Damn, no way Jay got this far down. Okay, I don't see Colton. So I will go. I don't know where Colton is. I will go back down to the list here and get Jay's opinion. Let's see what you guys said about when it comes to the case of Constantine, the sexual motherfucker right here, always wearing a suit. Constantine, whether it's real awesome or fuckable, which was Jay and I's picks. You guys voted. I voted fuckable. Jay voted real awesome, and Jay is correct with your all's thinking. 67% to 33%. Constantine is real awesome. So he goes there. You get your little sexy Keanu Reeves ass in there. It's where you belong. I don't hate it. I don't hate it one fucking bit. Not at all. I'll go through some of these from the backwards route here. Michael Parton said Darkseid needed a future in the DCEU, which is sad. It is weird because they touched on that so much. But that was the Darkseid thing was one of the very few things in the Snyderverse that I felt a little marvelly, where they're like playing with him a little bit. And so I don't know, in the look of him or whatever, there's one thing you could say about the superhero movies is that I don't know if they've ever, apart from Thanos, really done the gigantic bad guys enough credit, because in the comics, it always felt like such a huge event that lasted over several series. And X-Men try to do it with Apocalypse and stuff. I feel like they have never gotten some of the really, really great bad guys their due and done them completely right. Fat Man 69, dude. Hey, it's good to see you, man. Said, all I know is we better get a Kite Man and the Condiment King in the next Batman movie. I want to see Batman defeated by Ketchup ASAP. If anyone's going to bring Condiment Man into the fucking DC universe, it's going to be old James Gunn. Should they? I don't know. That sounds like the kind of thing that would go with like a Marvel one-shot, the way they used to do those. But as a joke, it would be funny if he ran in there at some point, for sure. Jamie Smith says, this has to be the funniest stream I've ever seen. Thanks, man. You guys are the best. Have you checked out Doctor Who, as there are some great horror-esque episodes? I don't think Jay's ever watched Doctor Who. It would be way more up his alley. I'll have to ask him that when he comes back. I've never gotten into it. It just seems way too out of my realm as far as like the fantastic, like fantasy shit. Like I can't even get into Harry Potter. I've tried. The fantasy stuff just doesn't do it for me. And that just seems like way too hard of something to grasp. Like do you guys ever see people playing board games like with their friends and like bars and shit, and they have like one of those really difficult board games that like has role play and all that shit? And I'm like, dude, my ADD won't let me even go there. I wish I could get into that universe, but I can't. And that's kind of how I feel about Doctor Who as well. Bronson Wright Wolf says, I just now started. There's two of you, and it's fucking weirding me out. Which one are you? Which fucking one are you? He said, I just now started watching this. I apologize if you guys have already discussed this. I'm curious, what are your thoughts on Vampire in Brooklyn? I watched Vampire in Brooklyn for the first time since it originally came out like 7 years ago, and I can't remember shit about it except for Eddie Murphy is a fucking talent, and I could watch that guy eat toothpaste for 2 hours. So I enjoy it in that, and it's Wes Craven, right? So that's a twofer. I'll have to go back and check that out. Did you like Vampire in Brooklyn?
No.
Like
I still feel the same way. When I remember renting it. It came out in the mid 90s, I think. I remember renting it because I thought it was going to be Eddie Murphy was in it, so I was assuming it was going to be a really funny comedic take on the vampire genre.
I think.
Yeah, and I rented it, and there was actually a lot more of a serious vibe to it with some like dark humor, and I wasn't prepared for it. And I just feel like it was a miscast movie. I'm not saying that Eddie Murphy didn't do a good job. I just feel like it was wrote pretty shallow, and then Eddie Murphy was the wrong choice for even that. It just didn't feel like the potential was there, but it just didn't live up to what they were trying to sell. I don't know. I feel like it was a pretty bad movie.
Somebody asked, by the way, while you were gone, what we thought about Doctor Who. I've never watched it. Have you ever checked it out?
No. Who?
Doctor Who? Who? What are you, fucking Al?
But I know who he is. I know what it is, but I never watched it. No.
That's just got such deep lore. It's like if you step your toe into it, you better.
No, I know. There's a fuck ton. Yeah.
Bat Seal said, when I watched Dracula once and it felt like neon Sherwood forest grunge.
Dude, that's a good goddamn description right there. That's what they should have put on the back of the VHS box. Step into a Dracula world based on neon Sherwood forest grunge porn. You'll never know what hit you. Yeah,
it's one of those movies I've tried to watch 17 times.
I have too.
I'm like, I'm bored as fuck. I don't get it. Can't get it.
I remember renting it early on. And then not liking it then. I remember watching it or trying to watch it again. Like, oh, maybe I was just too young and I didn't get it. And I hated it then. And then I watched it a third time, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And I was like, this still fucking sucks. I didn't like it at all. Dude, I'm telling you, it's the most boring, anticlimactic movie with just a bunch of Shakespearean fucking wording thrown in to make it seem like it's more than it is. That's our opinion, though. I people that do love it, you love it. You can have your day in the sun. I just feel like it's a terrible movie. I feel it's a terrible.
I feel seen knowing that you don't like it either. I don't feel so.
Well, Gary Oldman's cool though. I mean, if you're gonna pick a Dracula, Gary Oldman's fucking awesome. But it didn't have the magic.
The opening was cool too, with the war and shit. Jonathan Gerardo says, "What's up, players? Just wanted to say hey, and I'm glad I caught another live. You made my night better after this chaotic, anxiety-fueled week. Hey, you guys do the same thing for us, buddy.
For show.
It's always nice to end the week hanging out with you fucks.
Yep.
Appreciate it, Jonathan. DJ Dream Entertainment.
Well, he had more. He had more. You only read part of it.
What?
You only read part of it.
No, I read the whole thing. See?
Oh yeah, okay. I thought you only read part of
it. You don't say that. You don't say that. DJ Dream said, "Hey guys, happy Friday! Woo!
Hey, happy Friday, man!
Fucking Cage. If you guys haven't, you have to watch Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man '91. I believe it's John Johnson and Mickey Rourke. You're not the only person to say that to us.
That sounds cool as fuck, though. I didn't. What is this? I don't know. What is this secret gem in the Desert Nights? I would watch this. That sounds awesome. The Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
Yeah,
dude,
that sounds like some old school shit.
I love it.
I've heard of it, but never considered it.
What's it called?
Harley Davidson.
Just Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. Yeah, holy shit, that's cool as fuck.
Just a couple
Don Johnson and Mickey Rourke, man.
Smoking and drinking. That's how
Mickey Who do you think the Marlboro Man is?
Val Kilmer.
No, I mean out of those two. Don Johnson. I've never seen. It's gotta be Mickey Rourke, right?
Oh yeah. Oh well. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Sure.
But then again, I mean, Mickey Rourke is a badass, so he could play the Harley Davidson guy. Don Johnson could be the Marlboro Man, but I don't know.
Either or. The lethal weapon for smokers and drinkers. Austin said, "You guys remember when boner meant mistake? Those must have been fun times." Hey, it still does, right? Hey, I made a huge boner. It's like, oh, you're hard? Yes.
Yeah, it still slips into our verbiage now and again, so.
That's what I should have said when I got pulled over. Oh, sorry, man. I'm a huge boner. He's like, are you trying to fuck your way out of this ticket?
Working at CVS, you'd be like, oh, you made a huge boner if you thought that your prescription was going to cost that. That's stupid. Like, I wasn't getting Viagra.
Dan McCarney said, found out Tobey Maguire was offered the role of Mickey in Scream 2. You guys think it would have been good? Your commentary for Scream 1 and 2 is hilarious. Thanks, man.
Hey, thanks, man.
Mickey? No, I do not think that would have been good at all. I think that would have been awful.
To be honest with you, though, I mean, thinking about it, okay, so that would assume that Tobey Maguire never took the Spider-Man role. He was never Spider-Man. And if you're looking at the way that he played Spider-Man, an unassuming, like, really geeky nerd, like, I don't know, man. Like, you never would have probably suspected him at all.
I have no hate in my heart for the idea of Tobey Maguire being a Scream Ghostface reveal, because I think that would be pretty fun. But Josh Duhamel, I'm kidding. I mean, Timothy Olyphant was really good at
that. I don't want to get rid of Timothy.
Yeah, he's like, Timothy, did that coming, did you? Ha!
And I also have like a little extra tie to Timothy. I literally saw him at Walmart years ago, and he tipped his hat to me, and he'd be like, "How's it going, buddy?"
And it was so cool on method acting as his role in Justice.
Well, I think he was smoking a cigarette, dude, outside of Walmart. It was so and I was so stupid because I was like, that guy looks like Timothy Olyphant, and he tipped his fucking hat to me. He's like, "How's it going?" Because we made eye contact. Yeah. And I just kept walking into Walmart because I was trying to get, when DVDs came out at midnight, and I was going to go look at the DVDs. And then I was halfway past the clothing aisle, and I'm like, fuck, that was Timothy Olyphant. I should go out there and smoke a cigarette with him. And then he was gone. But he was shooting that Eastern Kentucky.
Justified.
Justified, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, man.
I'm forever jealous of that fucking moment, man. Jamie Smith said, maybe I missed it. Did you guys check my new avatar? I'm trying to.
What the fuck is that? Is that Infinity?
I have no idea what that is, dude, but it looks like a pool and I want to swim in it.
Mm-hmm.
Is it cum? It's not cum, is it? I can't tell what it is, dude, but it looks cool, Jamie.
No, yeah, I can see what
cool.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to. It looks like
he means did we watch the new Avatar movie? Jesus
we're
Christ.
fucking stupid. Oh my god, we both were like studying your profile pic like it was a college assignment.
What does mine say? Sweet. What does mine say, dude?
Yeah, I was like, your shit looks like a bent paperclip in water. But
I can't make it through the first Avatar. I think it sucks shit and it's overrated as fuck. Did you watch it?
Why don't you just James Cameron's a goddamn god, and he continues to be a god. Avatar 2 apparently broke records, and now it's moved into number 2. But I have not watched it because, to be honest with you, as much as I loved Avatar 1, I really didn't. There's no really desire for me to watch Avatar 2 at this point. I feel like it was too long. I'm glad it made money. I'm glad it did well. I just feel like it was too long in between.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate them all. I have no interest in watching. Nighttime Old Spaghetti Face says, have you guys ever reviewed 300 from 2006?
I feel like we have.
Know that we reviewed the new one because we were doing movies when the second one came out, and we
that was a good one.
When Eva
Green it was all right. Yeah, it
was okay. But I'll review right now. I think the original 300 is like a 9.5.
Did we not review that? I thought we did. I swear to God, either we did a commentary for that or something. I thought we did.
It's possible, but I know this. Leonidas, it's a great goddamn action.
By the way, Nighttime, thank you so much. But your profile pic, this is how I imagine you sounding. You guys never reviewed 300 for 2006? Like with that mask on. You would have that mask on with the hair flying out behind you by asking that. But I swear to God, I think we did. I swear we did a commentary for it because I feel like we watched it.
It's possible. Check the Patreon. Maybe it's on there. I don't know. Yeah. But that movie is either 9.5 or a 10, I think.
100%.
It's a great fucking movie. It's an amazing one. I might watch that again soon. It's been a minute, man. Gary said, love how after drinking it, Jay says, son of a fuck sword. Is that what you said when you took the Four Loko thing?
You got to throw in some mix-ups, okay? You got to throw in. Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing.
Ismail said, hey guys, just want to say I finished watching Friday the 13th remake with your commentary. It was hilarious how you guys defend Trent. Like, hey,
yeah, bro. I mean, come on, man. We made good points.
I think that's the one that we did with Katie, and you and I were both like, fuck Jared Padalecki. He showed up to that guy's house with his girlfriend and was trying to hit on his girlfriend. So honestly, Trent's the good guy in this situation.
I think so.
Trent's a huge dick. Anybody would be pissed about that.
Listen, 1000%. Okay, guys, if you go back and watch that film, Trent is just defending his woman from a fucking potential asshole that's like, I'm Jared Padalecki. I've been through a lot of rough stuff. I'm looking for my sister, but at the same time, I'm looking for your underwear. So can I come in? Man, and then like she was flirting with him. Like, dude, and Trent's an asshole. Trent's a fucking prick. Don't get me wrong. But goddamn, man, just break up with the dude first and then go fuck the dude. I don't know. Just do that.
Yeah. She was like, if your boyfriend is this big of a dick, really, she's the villain. Because if your boyfriend is this big of a dick, why are you with him in the first place? Like, he's very clearly a huge asshole. You went all the way out to this cabin. You're in it for the money or whatever. I don't know. And then all of a sudden, a cute guy shows up, and you're like, oh, actually, I'm going to go cheat on him now. Just don't be with the dick in the first place. You know?
Can you imagine if you're Trent and just say if it's it's you or I? So we're not the good-looking fucking tennis player, washboard abs Trent. We're just a regular dude.
I got washboard abs. They're just covered in Burger King.
I mean, in my imagination, in the Matrix simulation, I might have them. But no, I'm just saying, you're a regular dude, and you got your chick with her, and you're like, hey, my parents rent it. Like, we can go up this cabin, right? It's cool. And maybe you're kind of a dick. You're imperfect, okay? Fuck me. Fuck the world. I'm imperfect. I'm not a good guy, I guess, at some points in my life. And then all of a sudden, this dude that looks like he could literally model Abercrombie and Fitch underwear outside the store in the mall shows up at the mall or shows up at the convenience store and is like, I'm looking for my sister. And then takes an interest in your girl, kind of with the eye contact and shit. Do not tell me as a man that you'd be like, you know what? Fuck that shit. You could stay here and suck his dick all the way back to the welfare fucking policy because you're not coming with me to my fucking cabin in the woods.
Yeah, Trent actually, like Jerry Pagliari was the bad guy in that situation. As big as Dick Trent is, you just don't do that. You don't go up to someone's cabin in the woods and start trying to steal people's girlfriends.
That won't happen.
Nighttime also said, Dr. Loomis, are your armpits ticklish?
Wouldn't you like to know, you goddamn sycophant? Go back to the desert. Shut up.
Adrian Ybarra said, call the game Super Slash Bros. Dude, if they did the Super Smash Bros game and use horror icons for it, it would be a fucking hit. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, man. You throw in like Michael Myers and Jason and call it Super Slash Bros as a joke.
Colton. Fuck me. I couldn't find it earlier.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't answer that question.
Oh, wait,
no. This is a different one. Oh, yeah. Okay.
There was a twofer from Adrian. He said, just got an idea for a game. All the iconic slashers in one fighting game with their weapons and powered respective to their lore. Could you imagine that?
I love that. That's a Mortal Kombat with the horror killer, the killers of the horror franchises.
And why doesn't it exist? It should exist. It should.
Well, no, exist. I think it does, but it's a fan-made game. I don't remember what the name of it is, but it does exist in a way.
Sort of Dead by Daylight-ish, but a totally different idea. And this is the one. You say you couldn't answer Colton's, or that Colton's?
No, I answered that one. I think there was something about Entourage. I couldn't answer it.
No. I got that one. Yeah, I was just confused.
Okay, so you got that. Yeah, I answered that one. Yeah.
I love you, Colton. Barb. Fucking Barb says, late to the party, glad to see I wave at the top. And I think she means interview
with the vampire.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't it be there? It's got to be there. Again, it's too much sexiness packed into a power punch.
Yeah, we love you, Barb.
Yeah.
Colton said, did y'all see the new Hot Ones episode with Jake Gyllenhaal?
I did.
Oh, I want to watch it. I love me some Jake
Gyllenhaal. Good, man. It's really good.
He said, can't wait to see what he does in the new Roadhouse. Dude got shredded. Dude, did you see him in fucking Southpaw? I'm gonna put that poster up in the locker room at my gym just to walk in there and get some. Holy shit, he can get ripped.
I didn't think Jake Gyllenhaal could get hotter, but after watching him on the Hot Ones, it wasn't just spicy food that got me all erect. He is, without a doubt, one of the coolest down-to-earth guys ever. I would love to have him on the show just to talk to him. I think it would be a great interview because he seems like he's down to earth. But dude, I learned a lot of cool things about it. The fact that Sean, I can't remember his last name, the guy that hosts Hot Ones, brought up Nightcrawler, which is awesome. And you could tell by his expression. He also brought up End of Watch, which was all. You could tell by his expression he's like really appreciative of that because people don't talk about it very often.
End of Watch rules.
End of Watch was awesome, dude. Like way underrated for what it received in the critic score. But he was talking about in Nightcrawler, which is very interesting. Jake Gyllenhaal says that there's a scene in the movie where he was talking to himself in the mirror, and then he was like, I was improvising, and he goes, I punched the mirror and got 40 stitches in his hands. And he's like, what people don't know, and it's so cool because he's like, if people even give a shit, we shot the beginning of the movie at the end. That's what he said. So they shot the beginning of Nightcrawler at the end of the movie where they were trying to wrap up. And he said, if you'll notice, my hands are behind my back. They were trying to hide the cast that he had on his hand.
Dude, I love Nightcrawler. That is such a rewatchable.
So fucking good. It's so good. Yeah.
All right, we're going to jump back in. We're going to finish the list up, and then we'll finish up the super chats, and we'll get the fuck out of your all's hair on this beautiful Friday night that we're living in. It's a nice time to be alive, and it's a nice time to be alive with you guys. I just want to throw that out there. How lucky are we to be alive in this universe right now?
We're so good.
How lucky we are? We're fucking lucky.
I know.
I'm happy.
Especially with the multiverse, we don't know where we could be.
No one knows.
We might be fucking assholes that live on a planet that we suck dick for meth. And we're basketball diaries in Leonardo DiCaprio's world.
There could be a universe where you and I have actual talent. That could be out there.
I don't think that's ever been a possibility, but I'm glad we have hope somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. John Carpenter's Vampires. This is probably going to come to a vote because you fucking love this piece.
I do. I love it, dude. I would put this motherfucker, and I'm not even going to say it. I won't even say all. No, shut the fuck up. I want to put it all timer. I'm going to put it real awesome because I'm being reasonable right now. But personally, I would put it all timer. But it's real awesome. Okay, come the fuck on, dude. Goddamn. It's a great goddamn movie. You got James Woods, dude, as one of the most badass vampire hunters ever. You got one of the Baldwin brothers trying to do something. He's not really doing much in that movie. And you also got the vampire himself. He's the evil villain from Karate Kid 3, which I didn't know for a long ass time. He does a great job. Man, I love the movie. I feel like it's got a Dusk Till Dawn vibe to it, but like a Double Dragon feel to it as well. I don't know. There's a lot of action horror thing going on, and it does feel like Dusk Till Dawn light. So that's why I'm going to give it real awesome.
I understand that. I put it to a poll between real awesome and fuckable because I would put it in the fuckable category, and I appreciate your love for it. I do, but I got to tell you, man, I think it's a movie that fucking starts out hot to trot, and it's cool as shit. And James Woods is a badass, and then like the story just nosedives like 25 minutes in, and it's like, oh, I just got really bored, and you guys aren't doing shit. It's like one of those movies where it feels like they ran out of fucking money or something.
Sounds like one of our sketches.
There's a cool element here. It's just not good. No, so we'll see what you guys say about that. But I knew for sure. I'm surprised you didn't try to old timer that bitch. Because
I said that I want to put it old timer, but like realistically, I've put it real awesome.
We got an easy one here. While you guys wrote on that, this Lost Boys is fucking all.
Get on my face.
Right?
Get on my face.
Noodles,
I mean, look at that goddamn haircut.
Yeah, the fucking Frog Brothers. He's all blurry and shit here, but that's where he goes.
Yeah, it's all time.
You go up there to where you fucking belong.
If you ever like, I'm gonna become a vampire, what vampire would you want to look like? You've got to go with Kiefer in the Lost Boys. Like, that's just too cool for school. I mean, you look like Billy Idol and you're sexy. Who?
Skarsgård from True Blood. He was pretty hot in that show. But I would go with,
but there's something about, but he's got the Billy Idol look, but he's also got like a sensitive voice, like an understanding way about him. I don't know, man. It's Kiefer all day.
If I could be any vampire, it would either be, I would probably actually go Brad Pitt from Interview with the Vampire. But other than that, it would be Kiefer in Lost Boys, or maybe Jerry from Fright Night. He was fucking hot. That dude was sexy.
Jerry, right? I would go with Jerry only with Colin Farrell in the remake.
Yeah, no, I understand that. Oh, yeah, Colin Farrell for sure too. Like, that's another tough one. Shit on a fucking.
I mean, I know where I'm going with that one. I'm ready for it.
Okay, so let's see. What are we missing? Oh, this is an interesting one. How about Exorcist 3?
Man, I'll be honest. I think that's a real awesome movie. That's a real awesome movie. I don't think it's all timer, but if you look at Exorcist 1, right? Like it broke the soundstage to become like the pinnacle of an Exorcist demonic type of movie. And then Exorcist 2 just sucked the wind right out of the sails and said, fuck you. We don't care about fans. We just care about being unsolved mysteries. Yeah. Because that was all it was. It was an unsolved mysteries episode. Exorcist 3 comes out, man. Brad Dourif, underrated as fuck performance in that movie. It's got a great plot. It's shot really well. And I feel like it passes under the radar because people only think about the first movie. I feel like it's real awesome.
I'm with you. There's an argument for all timer, but I don't think it quite reaches that level. But it's a fucking detective movie. It's an old school, like not Goodfellas, but like it feels kind of, it's like the Exorcist Godfather version.
Kind of, I feel it.
Sort of Chinatown version of fucking Exorcist 3 with the detective story go along. That Brad Dourif performance at the end of it, some great jump scares. Exorcist 3 is a fucking epic, dude. Real awesome, strong, real awesome, right in there.
And I love the tagline on the box. It says, "Do you dare walk these steps again?" Showing the actual steps from the first movie. I mean, what great marketing as far as like that's your poster, dude. Yeah. I think, you know what I think the problem is when you look at
the best
that movie,
one on this list, by the way, of real awesomes. It's the best one.
It probably is. Like, I know. I would give it right away. I think there's, obviously execution. People can say there's problems there. I feel like the cover art is bad. The yellow titling with the extra. I just don't.
It always interests me, but like
it feels weird. I'm not saying like, listen, I never rented this movie as a kid because I was like, it looks cheap. It looks like a fake ad. It looks like a goddamn made for TV. Because back in the day when you were renting movies, you went on the cover art.
Yeah, well, and that's true too, because like back in Exorcist 3 for a really long time until like our generation grew up, was really forgotten as like, oh, that just looks like a shitty cash grab of a sequel. And then our generation started to actually watch it, and we went, this Exorcist 3 movie is pretty fucking good.
No,
you know what I mean?
100%. Because I feel like that is a lost art. And that's why I feel like I miss so much Blockbuster and Hollywood videos and movie galleries and things like that, because back in those days, it really did. To be honest, there was like a 25 to 35% chance you might look at that movie if the cover art was good. Just like a video game, back in the NES days or Super Nintendo days, you make the cover art good, you grab the attention, and they might look at the back and be like, what's this about? you know, and like for me, The Exorcist 3 just had a really shitty looking cover. It's boring looking. It's just boring.
I see what you're saying with there. I'm with you on that one. Going back to the vampires vote, it looks like the crowd says that they're on your side. Dude, you are on fire tonight. Boom, shakalaka.
I'm going to buy a lottery ticket.
Real awesome is where it goes with a strong vote. People believe that vampires is real awesome, and I'm happy for you. I'm not.
Well, it's not a competition, and I'm not winning anything at the end of this. But I'll tell you what, James Woods a badass. Though. I feel like I wish that the sequel that came out to John Carpenter's Vampires, if they didn't cast John fucking Bon Jovi as their main, you know, like,
didn't they?
Like, yeah, it was terrible. God damn, it was awful.
They did that shit.
And I watched that shit expecting, hey man, you know, maybe John Bon Jovi can like really do it tonight.
Like, you know, if that shit came out today, they'd be like, Vampires 3 starring Post Malone.
yeah, dude. The John Bon Jovi, the sequel was such. Yeah, he was a cowboy.
Dead or alive.
Yeah, that was dead or it was so fucking bad, dude. But yeah, man, I really did like John Carpenter's Vampires. Tim, thank you, man.
Come by, Tim. You missed my whole fucking cop story about me getting pulled over today. It was fucking crazy. I know you would appreciate it. He said, yo, have you guys in the chat seen The Exorcism of God? He says it's worth checking out. And Mike, I just read your email. And I'll get back to you. I told him the story about that. Respectfully, if you would read the last sentence of my last email, your issue would have been total non-issue. Dude, that's what I'm talking about.
You might want to listen to a real cop.
As I got pulled over, I thought about the last line of Tim's email, and I went, "Fuck! I should have fucking responded to that goddamn email."
Damn, Tim, I need to give you my fucking real phone number so you can text me legal advice now and again. Well, The Exorcism of God. That sounds really interesting. That actually sounds like, you know, there was a comic book series that came out, and then a movie or a show called The Preacher. And it kind of reminds me of that title that you're mentioning, The Exorcism of God. I've never seen that movie, but the idea in The Preacher is that God has abandoned his post in heaven, and the preacher, who has the power of God, the voice, is on the hunt to find God, who's gone into hiding on earth, and make him explain to his people why he left. But The Exorcism of God, like, is it about like a bunch of fucking Westboro or West? What are they called? The ones
Westboro
that the most
Baptist Church.
The Westboro
Yeah. I'll tell you this. I know that. So there's a couple articles I'm working on at the moment. I've been doing some research, and this is a twofer. Tim, I was looking up some exorcism movies, and of all of them, I kept seeing The Exorcism of God pull up on these lists. And I remember, like, whenever it came out, seeing it and then considering watching it, but never hearing anything about it again. But every time I look up a list of like the best exorcism movies or whatever, that is constantly on there. So because you said that, we'll totally watch it. And the second part of this is this picture right here, which is what reminds me of. It's weird when it comes up in those other things. Mm-hmm. Speaking of the articles, Jay, I hope to God it actually ends up making it. But I mentioned I was talking about I think it was an Evil Dead thing, and I was talking about it, and that's what this face reminded me of. I was like, kind of reminded me of my friend's ex-wife when she used to drink too much boxed wine.
You said that?
No, it's in the article, so I hope to God that it actually stays in there.
Well, no, it's funny because I said that during this live stream, and by the way, I haven't talked to Mike in like over a month, so I didn't know that happened.
No, I think I was talking about there was a moment in Evil Dead where there's a moment in Evil Dead when one of the girls gets possessed and she's like, yeah. And I was like, this kind of reminds me of my friend's ex-wife when she would drink too much boxed wine. That's what that
yeah. So well, you should have said it. Also reminds me of my friend who was basically Ash Williams, who had to fucking chainsaw that bitch down because I mean it was a goddamn adventure. I had to read from a book. Yeah.
Talk about possession.
Hey, man. Tim, man. Thank you so much, dude. Still the best looking cop on the force. Am I right?
Fucking A.
Like Tim looks like he'd be the father of Gwen Stacy in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and not Dennis Leary. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he's
like
retired.
That could be the father.
He's retired from the force, but he's not retired from being sexy.
But he's also a good looking guy. But it depends on the Spider-Man. Are you going to go with the 15-year-old Spider-Man or not? Like,
Yeah,
He
it's
wouldn't
time
be
for
able to be
adult
Gwen
learning
Stacy's
now.
father if she's like in her 20s.
That's what we need. Hey, there's nothing wrong with boxed wine, action. It's just that if you drink it while you're taking lots of medications,
Yeah,
then it makes
listen,
you a psycho hose beast that you don't want.
no, this bitch would. She drink a.
Jay.
No, listen. Oh my god, like I can hear it still.
Calls to you like the
Dude,
the night.
it literally sounds like the devil. If I hear my name screamed from a far distance, I'm like, bitch. I'm like, oh, it's not that. She would drink a boxed wine like it was fucking the last boxed wine that they're ever gonna sell, and then she'd be like, I just drank this. I drank this, and I got another boxed wine. Can you get me another cup? And I'm like, how much? And she'd be like, I got Lortabs in me too.
Yeah, you'd be like, hey,
Like,
what's wrong with you? And she'd be like, I am the foul mouth behemoth.
This one time,
Oh.
I was like, we were downstairs. We had a 2-story house, and I was downstairs with her, and she was drunk. That's why I didn't drink a lot at all when I was married to her, because I couldn't drink with her because she was fucking scary. She was like goddamn Ice Cube with a gun when he was like had a bad attitude. And then when I did, but I remember this one time I was downstairs with her, and she was like, you just fucking want to go do your own thing, don't you? And she was like doing this weird like she was like moving like a snake when she was talking to me, and we were outside the bath, like we were outside the bathroom door, and I was trying to get her up to bed because she was fucking. I did this every night. I was trying to get her up to bed because she had to work the next day, and she's like, you just fucking like this. And I'm like, no. I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, you need to go to bed because you have to work. And she's like, you fucking work my job. I'm like, what? Like, you really gonna work for you? It's like, you gotta fucking work my job for me. I'm like, all right, so you're gonna call in, I guess. It's like, you might call in. You wanna call in? And like weird, like, and I'm like, if you think this is sexy to me, like we're gonna do sexy time. It's not like she was literally like dealing with Evil Dead 2 when fucking Ash's girlfriend comes back from the grave and she's fucked up in the head.
Yeah,
that was exactly what it was. When she got drunk like that, that was 100% what she was like. But even when she wasn't drunk, she was still a bitch, so it really didn't matter.
Yeah, she wasn't a fun person to be around. Hey, what about The Conjuring? I'm just gonna say it right now. This movie's barely fuckable to me. I think it's overrated as shit. I'm gonna say fuckable, but I feel like you might disagree, and that's all right.
What you do? I mean, I can't go on this adventure cruise with you. I gotta put it at the real awesome level.
Okay,
I gotta put it. And you know, to be honest with you, if I was a little bit more drinking, I'd put it at the all timer. But I ain't ready for that. I'm gonna put it at the real awesome.
Okay, you know what, and I know you're gonna win this vote. Like, I know, like, again, it's not a competition, but I mean, I feel like, I should say the crowd's gonna agree with you on this, because I just find The Conjuring and the whole fucking Conjuring franchise to be overrated as shit. I've watched this movie 7 goddamn times, and I don't see a single thing in this movie that's not in every other fucking exorcism, haunted house fucking movie.
Well, but I feel like it's the novelty of it. I mean, you got to be honest with yourself, man. But before this movie came out, the genre of the possession thing was dead. Like in the theater, like this was the first time it really got like started talking about again, and people were looking up the Warrens, and they were like this actually gave a shot of new blood in the stream in the arms of like.
I do remember people were very excited, and I was excited too. Like it was like that Hereditary kind of smoke that was going around that movie.
Well, see, I guess you and I feel like Hereditary was overrated. I mean, I've always felt that way.
I think it's both great and overrated at the same time. Fright Night is interesting. This is a good fucking movie.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Awesome.
Get your goddamn burgundy shirts ready, y'all, and let's cut down some trees and be weird. I'm gonna put that in an all-timer. I don't give a fuck.
All-timer, you say?
Yes.
You speak to me on this ground.
I bring you the dove that I killed in the park and ask for permission to enter the dojo.
You
can we come into the dojo? I dare bring this to all-timer. I dare bring it. Tell me the Shidoshi is ready for the challenge.
I cannot believe. I would never say all-time. I would say real awesome strong.
Dude,
but
I put this, I swear to God, dude. Colin Farrell in this movie, the movie itself, Anton Yelchin, The whole goddamn movie itself is such an underrated gem. Nobody ever talks about this movie and how good it is, how great it is. The vampire thing is shown completely.
It is underrated. There's no doubt.
I know that people are like, what about the Fright Night original? I'm not saying the Fright Night original isn't amazing. I have the fucking poster on my wall. Yeah. But this movie, man, dude, there's something about it. There's something about it.
We'll put that to a vote in a minute. I would say
I'm gonna lose that one, but
Jay says all-timer. In the meantime, a couple of your alls. Tim says, fucking thank you again, Tim. Jesus Christ, thank you so much, dude. He says, LOLJ, my last email to Mike mentioned you in the thing Mike just said. So ask him tonight or to reach out. Yeah, I gotta tell you about that. Because again, dude, today the story
Tim,
I told you, I was like, fuck,
Tim, you need me?
I needed that.
I'm on my way to New York. I've never been there before. Meet me at Times Square. That's the only part of the.
It's funny, dude, because I haven't told you, I haven't had a chance to tell you about it yet. But like, I was talking to like Kate's family about it. I was like, I have this friend and he said this, and I was like, it sounds cool as fuck, right? I can't wait to like. It's awesome.
Hey, well,
like,
me and Mike. Awesome. Well, I haven't hung out with Mike. Literally, I think it's been over a month.
Yeah, I know. I keep saying, Jay, when do you come? And you're like, I'm like, flush me, Jay, and you're like, no.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not gonna go to that fucking bar. You goddamn deviant piece of shit.
I'm always like, Jay, come see about me. And you're like, yes, indeed. I can't.
Are you trying to preach?
That's a good song, though.
Hey, man, but thank you, Tim. You didn't have to throw in that extra. I appreciate you, though, man.
Hey, yeah, dude. TJG said Exorcist 3 is an all-time great. Or he
says, all right. We like that. We like that.
Goblin. But whatever. All-time great probably makes more sense, I guess. Right?
Well, you put it... Yeah, real awesome. I mean, it's an all-time great. I think that real awesome is all-time great.
Fair. Either way you go. Come see about me.
Hey, Mike, do we sound drunk?
Indeed. Me?
No, do we sound drunk?
You don't.
I don't know. I don't. Well, I had dental. I told you guys. I'm just going to blame that every time that I sound like I'm throwing my worth.
John Horside, who looks like he actually plays bass for Papa Roach, says, have you guys checked out by the way, Little Biscuit Boy, love live shoot. Hey, Little Biscuit Boy, that's what we call first timers.
Hey, all right, here. John Horside, man, you gotta. I don't know if you do or not, but you need to start your own YouTube channel or at least a condom.
Do some
like John Horside condoms. That's
I would party with you. You look like somebody I want to party with.
No, he looks like a guy that you party with, but that's how he gets after he had too many whiskey shots. It's like, what you fucking say?
You sleep so much. Take this tequila.
You want some? You're like, no, man, I don't want to
fight. John, dude, I've heard so much about Yellow Jackets, and I have not had a chance to check it out yet at all. But I'm really looking forward to it. I just feel so like missed out. They're on season 2, and I'm like, I'm too late. It's probably one of those shows I'll end up watching when they're like 6 seasons deep. Have you watched any of it, Yellow Jackets on Showtime?
The only Yellow Jackets I know is about the fucking shit you could buy at Speedway back in the day and take like generic speed.
I'll tell you what, dude.
No, dude, I swear to God, do you guys remember that shit back in the day? Yeah. Like in the night? No, it was the early 2000s. You could buy Yellow Jacket. It was generic speed, and truck drivers would come in and buy that shit. And then kids they found out it was generic speed. They started taking it, and they finally outlawed it. God, what a time to be alive back then and be an American.
Dude, I was in fucking summer school for junior year to senior year. Was in summer school, and this dude was like, hey man, you want one of these Yellow Jackets? And I was like, I'm bored as fuck, I'll take one, sure. And I took one, and I was like, god damn. And all of a sudden, like, we're having a great time, and we're laughing, and we're all like charged up because it's basically fucking speed, and we're all charged up and like laughing and shit. And then all of a sudden, dude, the problem that you don't realize when you're a child who shouldn't be doing drugs like that is that there's a come down period. So the come down period hits, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm tired. And I look over, and he goes, man, I just want to kill myself. I'm like, don't.
Was it Jared Leto?
He looked like Jared. He was fucking. He was like, dude, I just want to die. I'm like, please don't kill yourself today, at least in my presence. Those things are dangerous. But yeah, hey, thanks, John.
Thanks,
John. Bronson. Oh, did we already read that?
No, I haven't seen them.
Bronson Wright Wolf, who is 2 souls in one. He is possessed. by the demon of his own father. He says, who is your favorite or least favorite vampire? Eddie Murphy as Maximilian Vampire in Brooklyn, Johnny Depp as Barnabas Collins in Dark Shadows, Robert Pattinson as Edward Cullen in Twilight.
I think that's easy
tough
for me. I'll take Robert Pattinson any day of the week. I feel like the Edward Cullen character in Twilight was a corporate shill deal. You know, they were like, hey, let's get a really good looking guy that can sparkle in the sunlight, that's got a good body, and we'll just use him as a whore to get a lot of chicks to come in and be like, I'd fucking fuck his sparkly dick. Yeah. Hey, that's all it's all about. I feel like, you know, listen, Maximilian wasn't good, and neither was Johnny Depp, but Robert Pattinson was literally used as everything that guys or just general public really think of vampires as being kind of like non-threatening and just be like for girls only because they're like a good-looking dude. I don't know. I feel like Robert Pattinson was a victim of his own movie. And it took him a while to dig himself out of that fucking grave. I mean, look what he had to do.
Best vampire in that list would be Eddie Murphy. Worst vampire would be Edward Cullen. And then Johnny Depp's left in the middle. Johnny Depp was just like so wasted. Like, yeah, you're wearing white makeup, you're being weird, Johnny Depp, whatever.
Yeah, it was stupid. It was mediocre.
And then last one before we get into the last of the list. Sean says kind of a redheaded stepchild in terms of a movie genre, but The Fourth Kind feels more exorcism than Alien.
I like The Fourth Kind, man. It was a really good movie, and you could play that game. But then when you put something like what was that movie? Fire in the Sky in the possession field. I mean, you could put you know, there's a lot of possession.
They did do that thing though, where they were like,
kind of. I think but you know what, Mila Jovovich, that's one of her best acting roles.
Yes, I
100%. One of her, and I feel like it was really well done. And I wish that had done better in the theater so that we could have had more of those type of UFO kind of movies, but it didn't. So
I won't. So we're gonna do something here in a few minutes just to end the show. That's just kind of a rapid fire thing. I'm not going to pull up the pictures for it and all that, but just I'm going to take your alls. Don't do it yet, but we're going to take your alls picks and just like quickly put them where we would categorize them. Real quick, Fourth Kind, if it was on this list, it would be in the real awesome category for me.
100%. Yeah, I give that. Yeah.
Sweet titties from Texas town. Angelo, the Cisco kid, says, "The great Mike, the glorious Jay." Can you guys, dude? I really honestly, I wish that people would introduce us that way all the time, and I appreciate it. He says, "Can you guys?"
I only expect it.
Rob Zombie's Halloween Ronnie versus Mark Wahlberg on who has the better dumper. That's thick.
I don't know what you're meaning though.
I think he wants us to argue as those people as who has the better dumper. And
Angelo, the Cisco kid, you look like a guy that I would 100% recruit to my OnlyFans. If I were playing Red Dead Redemption 2, you would be the guy that I would like definitely think that you're going to smooth talk my way into the bank so I could rob it.
I gotta tell you, I got a nice smooth round ass on me. I've been in the gym constantly. I've been doing squats. I've been doing deadlifts. I got a nice tight tushy over here. You should come see it, Nicole. You should come over right now and fucking see it. It's tight. I eat turkey burgers.
You hear what this queer's talking about turkey burgers and his tight asshole. He's nothing but looking for a dick. And he's also looking for a man that says he's got a vagina, but he ain't. He got a goddamn dick and he's putting it in. I don't want to hear nothing from that. He's probably queer. He is queer.
Hey, what's wrong with being queer, man? I may have faced off a Puerto Rican back in the day, but there ain't nothing wrong with being gay.
You can take that shit to goddamn England, you goddamn queer. Shut the fuck up. You think there's nothing wrong with being queer. I bet you drink Bud Light, you horse shit motherfucker.
I drink Bud Light till the cows come home. I fucking love you.
I can hear your voice. I knew you did.
What's wrong with Bud Light?
It makes you goddamn queer.
That,
by the way, that was probably the worst Ronnie I've ever done. I would just try. I've never done Ronnie outside of the script of Halloween, so it's hard to do.
Oh shit! No, I'm with you, dude. That was my worst Mark Wahlberg. So Adrian Ybarra says Nosferatu deserves to be on all time. It's one of the most influential movies, horror or otherwise, ever. I rewatched it last October to celebrate the 100th anniversary of it.
No, you're right, man. Adrian, you're. But to be honest, I don't remember shit about Nosferatu. I think I've seen it. I could be wrong. I think I've seen it, but I don't. And I'm trying to say this nice, and I don't want to sound like an asshole. I just don't care. It came out in 1922. I know it's a classic movie for all intents and purposes. It's a classic movie, but it came out in 1922. Yes, it's the granddaddy of all the vampire movies, but I mean, dude, I don't know. I just, we'll just say it's an all-timer, right?
Yeah,
I'm with nobody would have to vote on it.
We'll just show respect to it that it's an all-timer for sure. Even though I'm with you, I don't remember much about it, but that thing was fucking creepy. And as creepy as Nosferatu looks, if you imagine watching that back in the day when they didn't even have movie,
dude, that would be insane.
That would have fucking fucked you up. So I'm cool with putting that in the all-timer. Massive respect to a time we didn't belong in. As far as The Conjuring goes, the crowd voted real awesome. 69 dudes. Conjuring goes into real awesome. So we knew that you
okay.
What was the one that we you said all time, or you said Fright Night was an all-timer? So
the remake, the Fright Night remake.
The remake. I'll throw that in the vote. And then what we're gonna do, you guys, to end the show is we're gonna go rapid fire. You guys in the chat, tell us what movies we missed, what you want to see us rank. We're just gonna rank them rapid fire. We're not gonna pull up the pictures and all that. We're just gonna talk about it. Before you do that, though.
By the way, I will say before we get into the sexuals, I'm loving dicks. I haven't stopped since 76. Thank you guys for spending your evening with us. It's been really awesome. It's really Mike and I are only doing these live streams like once a week now, so it's fucking badass. Like, I love seeing you guys in the chat. It's so fucking cool.
Hells yeah. Colton, by the way, in the meantime, says, can Slenderman give me some good luck for my fishing trip tomorrow? Also, Haley says hi. Haley.
Hey, Haley.
Hi, Hebo.
Colton, no.
No.
No. Okay, well, good luck when you go out on your boat into the river section of the water, and you cast you fishing pole out, and you say, Jesus, please bring me a bass or catfish or bluegill, whatever you hunting for that evening. Because they're like, me need to have something in me belly this night. Me must catch fish. Me must do it. So Jesus Christ, put your hands on Colton Chandler and say, the fish is at your disposal. Whatever you want will appear.
You said, put your hands on Colton Chandler.
That's what we say, Colton Chandler. Cast you wild out into that watery depth, and you will pull fish for your family to eat.
Fuck, dude. That.
By the way, I guess you didn't know that apparently Slenderman is fucking religious.
Bronson said, have you guys seen The Little Vampire? Jonathan Lipnicki is in it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Moves. I sort of remember that. Hey, you know what I remember, dude, is the video game Pocket Monsters. Was it Pocket Monsters? Is that what it was called? Like the little monsters, they were like super tiny, and it was like a little Dracula.
Oh no,
and like a little Frankenstein.
Are you talking about a video game or an action figure? Mighty Max.
They turned it into a video game on regular Nintendo. I remember it was like one of my favorite games. They were like tiny little Draculas and shit that you would like jump around like Chippendales. Those are the shit.
No, I thought you were talking about Mighty Max. Like the Mighty Max pocket things. But no, I remember watching what you're talking about with Lipnicki. I even as a kid when I watched it, I was like, this is fucking stupid. But I watched it. Wasn't the grandpa a vampire or some shit? And then the little boy gets like vampire powers. They're like, oh, it's so cute.
I can't remember, but I do remember the little vampire being mentioned at the very least. John said From Dusk Till Dawn is at least. Why did I not include Dusk Till Dawn? What the fuck?
Did you not? What the fuck, dude? I had it in my list.
1000%. It's an all timer.
Get out of here. Put it on there right now.
Dusk Till Dawn, all timer. Stick it in.
God damn, dude. I didn't put it on my. I swear to God. Because here's how it went.
It's in.
We were doing these tier lists, and how we do them. One of us or Mike or. We'll come up with the movies. I thought, Mike, I swear to God, dude, I thought you would have put that on there.
I would have. What's wrong with me? I fucked up.
You forgot that one?
I forgot that one. I did. I don't know what happened.
Shit. You've been drinking too much Bud Light tonight.
I know. It's all that gay dude's.
It's all that gay shit. It's all that gay shit in your system.
It's making me gay. I'm going crazy. I don't even sleep with my wife anymore.
But yeah, but definitely Dusk Till Dawn's an all timer. You can't deny Dust Till Dawn being an all-timer.
No, you cannot. It absolutely is. By the way, I only have one left on my list before we get to your all's rapid fires. Exorcism of Emily Rose. Would you say real awesome? I would say real awesome.
Yeah, real awesome.
Real awesome.
I could make an argument for being an all-timer, but it just can't go there.
It's just a fun movie, man. It's nice to have the courtroom, like Few Good Men drama mixed in the exorcism. It's a nice change of pace for sure.
It felt, you know what, that felt like the first time they actually gave a shit about the Exorcist movie. And they were trying to do something original, but keeping, the inspiration from The Exorcist. It was the first time.
It had a nice primal fear edge to it. Michael Parton said, "Jake, check out my super chat real quick." He said, he had said that like I wish Darkseid had gotten his full like fledged out storyline.
Oh yeah, I can't. I don't. Okay, yeah, I get you, man. I don't know. I feel like they did a pretty good job with Zack Snyder, though. I feel like you got like I know what you're saying. Like you wanted the full ultimate level dark side, but I feel like if you look at like the Zack Snyder,
you wish you got more movies to shine. I think, like
the Zack Snyder at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League, I feel like that was a really good representation of Darkseid. It's like we will use the old ways, and then he's doing the whole fucking thing. I think that's cool.
Jerk it. A little bit, just a little jerky jerk. Sean said Mila is an all-timer. Mila Jovovich agreed. The Fourth Kind is real awesome. Yeah, Fourth Kind, I'd say real awesome. Right? That's a fucking. That's.
Oh, you know what? We didn't mention this one, and we're not going to go back through all of them. But Let the Right One In is a really good vampire movie. A really good vampire movie.
I would call that real awesome. Both the remake.
I would 100% call that real awesome. Yeah, Let the Right One In. Because it's a friendship story as well as a horror movie, and it's done really well. I'm not talking about the remake. The remake is good. I'm talking about the original one. The original one is like
they're both. If you never saw one or the other, they're both good enough for real.
Well, the original one really does like nail the tone. The sequel or the remake it's good, but it's Americanized. But whatever.
2 secs. I'll be right back. If you want to read Cameron's thing, I'll be back in 1 second.
Cameron Wages, thank you so much. Says, "Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I'm new to the Wham fam, but I love y'all's videos. Keep it up." Thank you so much. By the way, I think your profile picture is that Christopher Lloyd in Dennis the Menace spitting up / vomiting beans, because that's a great profile pic. But we appreciate that. Thank you so much, Cameron. I'm burping. It's not because of the Four Loko, but it could be. Either way, I'm good. Let me get down here to where we are. But what do you got? Oh my God. It sounds like I'm fucking vomiting, right? But it's not true. I literally was saying something and I totally fucking forgot. Oh my God. I'm getting old. It doesn't matter. It's probably just horse shit. Chase Banks says, "From Dusk Till Dawn is an all-timer, hands down." Chase, I agree with you, and not just because you own banks. Chase Banks, he owns a lot of banks. I thought it was already on the list. I totally was stupid, and I didn't know, but it is an all-timer. I mean, you cannot have a vampire night. You can't have a vampire marathon movie night without Dusk Till Dawn. Probably the first movie you watch, to be honest with you, to set the sexiness with George Clooney.
Yeah. Everybody be cool. You be cool.
Like, do you think that Dusk Till Dawn is the sexiest, like, hardcore action movie, vampire genre movie ever? It has to be, right?
I'm not going to fight you on it. I'm not going to fight you on it. Bright Guy said Autopsy of Jane Doe. That messed me up. That was a great
that's not really a possession movie. That's not a possession
Not a possession or a vampire, but I would say real awesome.
It was a great movie. I liked it. Yeah.
Underrated as fuck. For sure. It was great. Sean says Dracula 1931. OG still creepy today. I'd say real awesome on that one. That's where I don't remember it.
But I will go with your opinion.
It can't really hold up to today's standards because we've seen so much, but man, they've had some great actors play Dracula over the years.
Well, yeah, and they're going to talk about Christopher. What the fuck is his name? Oh my God, Christopher Lee.
Yeah,
in the 70s, and he was great. Yeah, But
fucking A, dude. And that's what one of Nicolas Cage's biggest, most favorite actors. That's why he's always wanted to play Dracula. As far as the case of the Fright Night remake goes, the crowd of all night, the only one that I've got anybody to agree with me on is the real awesome overall timer.
Well, that's good. I mean, yeah, well, I'm accepting of that.
Though.
I'm accepting of that. That would be like a person coming to me and they're like smacking me in the face, like, Jay, you're drunk. Stop.
Too far with her.
Stop with your foolishness.
Here we go, my friends. Rapid fire. You guys name it in the chat. We're going to rapid fire go through it. There won't be any votes or anything like that. We're just going to say how we feel about each one. We're watching you guys right now. What do we miss? Exorcism movies, Dracula movies, go.
Adrian Ybarra says Jason Goes to Hell is a possession movie. I mean, I guess technically you could call that. Yeah.
Sucks my butt, Steve.
Sucks my butt, Steve. Yeah. Get out of my face.
Put her in the old vise.
Suck my ass. Not good.
Dracula Dead and Loving It. Don't remember much. I'd call it
fuckable. It's fuckable. It's fuckable. It's fuckable. It's fuckable.
Oh fuck, we forgot. Near Dark is a great, real awesome. Real Dark's real awesome. Bill Paxton as a vampire. Hell yeah. Let's go. I want to suck its wiener. I can't believe I forgot to put that one. Daybreakers from Michael Parton.
Oh my god, that's real awesome, man. That's a fucking bad. That's where the vampires have taken over and we're like cattle to them, and
it's a cool story. I never loved it though. I'd call it fuckable. Jay would say real awesome. That's fair.
It's fine. It's fine. It's
not really an exorcism.
I mean, I guess you could. I mean,
if it was, I would say real awesome.
Real awesome. I'd say real awesome. Yeah.
Once Bitten, real awesome. Funny, not a classic though.
Yeah, it's real awesome. I mean, come on. Yeah.
I love me. Someone just said Michael Myers. Day Shift, fuckable. The Jamie Foxx one that went to Netflix last year.
Suck my butt. I didn't like that one at all.
Oh, you didn't like that one at all?
No, I didn't like that
I like the first half of it for sure. When they brought in Snoop Dogg and it got too corny, I was like, whatever.
I didn't like that one.
Exorcist 2 sucks my butt, Steve.
Get out of here. It sucks my butt under Steve. It sucks the gooch.
Yeah, suck my ass, slut. I don't know what Vamp is, Aaron. Daybreakers is underrated, Blake, for many people's. 30 Days a Night is in there, Stephanie. Pay attention, Stephanie. Stop drinking 8.8 IPAs and practicing for the beer chug. And pay attention. Oh, my Lord. Look at the list. It's infuckable. God,
there's so much anger
represented here. I'm going to kick you in the toe. 25 Savages fucking icon pictures. That was like me this morning when I got pulled over.
Listen, Dracula 2000, it sucks my butt, Steve. But Dracula Untold, I forgot about that fucking movie. That would be real awesome to me. Dracula Untold would be real awesome.
I never even cared to watch that one. So
good. It was really good. It was really good.
I'll go to you there. Salem's Lot, real awesome.
Fuckable.
Salem's Lot. You just put it fuckable? I thought you loved that movie.
I love it, but I don't think it's fucking real awesome. I think it's too long. I feel like there's a lot of problems with that movie.
Fair. Great moments in it though. Great moments. So you said Dracula Untold from Victor. Dracula 2000. I think we talked. That's a sucks my butt.
Sucks my butt. Yeah.
Do need to go back and watch that. Never heard of Life Force. Have you? Don't know that. Never saw Repossessed.
Oh, dude, we're opening up the door up. There's like a fuck ton of goddamn shitty ass vampire movies that came out in the 90s.
Never saw that one. Have you ever seen Blackula?
Bloodstone.
Blackula.
No, it had black people in it. Mike said no. You can't watch that movie.
Never saw that one, Corbin. Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire.
Yeah, I've seen that one. You suck my butt.
Vampire's Kiss?
Sounds like a fucking streaming service.
Vampire's Kiss was the Nicolas Cage one with the like.
I don't know what the fuck that is. That's terrible.
That's real awesome. Oh, you got to watch Vampire's Kiss. That movie.
No, I never seen it. No.
That's one of the greatest Crazy Cage performances. Jordan said Ramble On show from the Entourage creator would have the actor that played Johnny Drama, the actor that played E, and Charlie Sheen as the. You're gonna throw Charlie Sheen in the fucking Entourage? Bye. Put that shit in my hand, little man. If that
goddamn Jordan.
Show, then you owe me.
I feel like Jordan just like gave us like an inside scoop of Game Genie. Like he was like up, down, left, right, A, B, Bordello of Blood. That's real. That's fuckable. I mean, it's fuckable. Dennis Miller in that. It's all right. But
Scary Movie 2, I don't know if it counts, but if it did, it'd be real awesome. That's one of the funny. Take my strong hand, child.
Well, yeah, because that bitch does a good. But yeah, okay, yeah.
Scary. Oh, so that one. Dracula from Monster Squad. If it was Monster Squad.
I think that Dracula is real fucking badass. I would put him all timer.
I won't disagree with you on that one. I really won't. Anthony Fitzgerald said, "What's up, guys? Thanks for another live stream. Best live show on YouTube. Can I get it up? Get it up! Get it up! Hey, thanks, man. That's really sweet.
Hey,
of you
man.
to say
Thank
that.
you, man.
Van Helsing. I would call that sucks my butt, Steve.
I mean, it was all right. I put it.
How are you gonna have Hugh Jackman as Van Helsing and it be?
Well, I put it in like the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I kind of enjoyed it. It was shitty, but I enjoyed it. I don't know. I could put it either way, but
Queen of the Damned. I never saw that. I don't think.
Yeah, suck my ass. Suck my ass, Steve.
I do love you, Pop Culture with Pat. You're a wonderful man.
Aaliyah was hot. He's great.
I never saw Stakeland. Did you see Stakeland?
Fuckable. Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, all right. Child of the Corn said, "Hey, good to see you, buddy." He said, "Lost Boys, Blade, Near Dark, Daybreakers, Mount Rushmore, Vampires films, in my opinion. Sorry, I'm late. Definitely watch playback. Hey, I disagree on Daybreakers, but those first three is hard to argue with, buddy.
I don't know about Near Dark. I would put Daybreakers over that one, but I mean, thank you for the super chat, man.
Sean says Jay's ex-wife, blood-sucking nightmare.
Well, that would be an all-timer, wouldn't it? That would also be a PSA that most people should watch and enjoy.
Possession of Hannah Grace, if I remember correctly, which one it was, that would be fuckable.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Dude, What We Do with the Shadows.
Oh yeah, that's fuckable. I feel like that's fuckable.
I thought it was funny as shit. Like, yeah,
it was really good though. It was really good. Yeah.
I didn't see My Best Friend as a Vampire, but I do love Vanessa.
That's a great that's real awesome. My Best Friend. That's fucking real awesome. That's a great fucking movie.
Hotel Transylvania 2, fuckable. Those movies, don't mind watching them when my kids one bit.
Hotel Transylvania. Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. Evil Dead, all timer, no doubt. If you're possession,
it's hard to put me. I mean, it is a possession movie, but it's kind of hard to put that in the possession category.
Yeah, I mean, there's no exorcism. It's a possession movie, but not an exorcism movie. So
yeah,
but it
so
would be all timer.
Yeah,
for sure. Lazarus Effect.
Yeah, suck my butt, Steve.
Suck my butt, Steve.
I mean, god damn, she looks hot as fuck, but Jesus Christ,
not good.
It's a terrible movie.
Not good. Underworld from Papa Roach's Bass Player.
Dude, how do we forget about that shit? That's real awesome. Fucking real awesome.
I'd say fuckable at best.
What?
At best, fuckable.
What?
Not her, but the movie. Just that best.
What?
What?
I feel like
that guy from that TikTok is like, I can't believe you've done this.
No, I feel like Stone Cold in the 90s. What? What?
Guys, that's a fucking show. Hey, thank you guys so much for fucking hanging out with us tonight. This was a blast. We love you guys so fucking much. We haven't decided on our schedule for next week, but we're doing some live streams for Evil Dead, whether it's a spoiler party or a review, then a spoiler party or a ranking, whatever. We're going to have Evil Dead live streams next fucking week. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having us. Really enjoyed it. I miss you guys. And we're going to give you some good goddamn Hadouken next week. You made the face of the opponent that got the Hadouken.
Yeah, that's more of a I just came in than I just came. It's
like I just paid 50 cents and I got a Hadouken.
Hey, we love you guys. Have a great fucking weekend. Good night.
See you guys. Bye.
Bye.